Welcome, everyone. We are the Velkyn Weave, a gathering of nerdy gamers from all walks of life in the DMV. That would be DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We'll come together on a weekly basis to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really glad you're all joining with us tonight. If this is your first time watching the Games Tavern, hello, and thank you for joining us. I want to invite you to follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free and supports the show, the cast, and the crew. In addition to being on Twitch, all shows are uploaded to YouTube, typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. We'll get rolling shortly, but first, we have some announcements.
Remember, if you guys have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime gaming subscription, which you can use to show your support to the cast and the crew. Prime Gaming subscribers get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord.
And in case you haven't heard, this is a charity stream to feed hungry kids. The Games Tavern team has partnered with No Kid Hungry to raise money, and you will see that when you go to donate, there are options for giving inspiration to the characters. If you donate $10 or $20 using the donation link that we provide. Each dollar raised provides up to 10 nutritious meals to hungry kids. So No Kids Hungry helps kids get a better chance with breakfast programs in schools because learning when you're hungry is really hard to do. Michelle?
A colossal to Overhead Games for sponsoring tonight's show. Go to overheadgames.com anytime to see. To find support for your games, and of course join us right here for some great prizes for them this month. They are the creative team behind the Epic Character Generator, an excellent tool for anyone who wants to create realistic character avatars in no time. Simply choose which items to display on your character, save as an image on a preset or transparent background, and use it in whatever way pleases you. Check it at overheadgames.com.
And tonight we're giving away an Epic Character Generator from our sponsor at Overhead Games. The raffle for the package will begin shortly and will continue to take entries until the end of the stream when we pick the winner. Details on how to enter when we hit the break. You must be a follower to enter and must be present for the staff to contact you to present the prize.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Mingy. I'll be the Dungeon Master this evening. I also am going to come with an apology. We have an oven installation going on. It was supposed to have been done 3 hours ago. But here we are, and if you've ever tried to reschedule an install, you'll understand why I'm extremely hesitant to do that. But we thought it might add in some epic battle noises, because tonight we're going to start with a combat. To make up for all of our last session, where the gang got back together again, pulled from all areas of Faerun back to the Elsir Vale in northern Am. And in that particular show, in that last show, we had the party gathered for a naming ceremony for Phelan, the daughter of Quentin. Unfortunately, they got an uninvited guest. This guest happened to be an avatar of Beshaba, the twin of Tymora, who happens to be the goddess of Delirus. She was quite miffed that she doesn't have a cool temple in town, and decided that she was going to grind in my kitchen right above me and pay back for that, and summoned a monster of bad luck to attack the party, which is where we're going to start tonight. So if I could, my friends, please roll initiative.
Oh my gosh, right into
Scariest words ever heard.
Hey, we all have inspiration, right?
Oh, yes. And by the way, thank you for reminding me, because of the epic retelling of the summary from last season in play form, all the players begin with inspiration. You're going to need it.
Is anyone else's dice roller super slow?
Yeah, I think your internet is a little.
I'm actually going to use my inspiration to re-roll my initiative.
Ooh, wow.
Bold move.
Wow.
Hey.
Did anyone get a 20 or higher? Anyone get a 15 or higher?
I did 18.
I
What'd
also
you
got
get?
an 18.
All right, which of you has the higher dex, or you can pick?
Leia probably does, but
I got max. I got 20 dex.
Nice.
Okay, Stagander, then Quentin. Anyone else above 15 before I move on to above 10?
Yep.
All right, what'd you get, Delirus?
13.
How about you, Rangrim?
13.
Stop doing that.
Delirious is higher.
14 dice,
Alrighty.
yeah.
Higher. Oh, right. That's right. We're tied, but
Too late. I already wrote it.
You're a dwarf fighter. What do you do with Dex?
Hey, Bo, what'd you get?
Got 9.
A 9.
Fastest wizard in the West.
Usually.
All right. So to set the scene, we are in the Cathedral of Amantor at the heart of Brindle. The Avatar of Beshaba has just summoned a creation by drawing all the bad luck out of all the people in attendance of the naming ceremony, which has caused them all to fall over. But in the middle of the cathedral is a column of smoke and malice with antler horns on its head and is sliding towards you to attack. We will be using Theater of the Mind for this particular fight because there's just one big baddie and we can keep track of that one pretty easy. But let me know if you have any questions about spacing or placement. We can work it out. So all of you were on the dais at the center of the cathedral, where all the action was, where the baby is. The baby, by the way, is in Tredora Goldenbrow, the high priest of Amantor's hands, and she's shielding it protectively. So, Quentin, your baby is currently taken care of.
Excellent.
But Stagander, your elven reflexes serve you well, and you have first action in this particular combat.
All right, cool. So Stagander is going to reach into her quiver, which is on her hip, and she pulls out her bow, which looks kind of like a predator-esque, like compact, or what do you call it? What is
Compound?
Compound? Thank you. I was like, compact? Is that not the word? Yeah, like a compound bow. It looks made of like dark woods and bone, and she's going to pull a arrow out of that same quiver, and I'm take a shot at it. I'm assuming it's within my crazy longbow.
It is
600
within short
feet?
range.
Within
To make
600
it easy, it is, what's your speed, Rangram?
25.
It is exactly 25 feet away.
All right, cool. I can make that. I'm not moving, but I can make that. I actually think. Okay,
It is large, by the way.
perfect.
And might be
That
in charge.
is a 29 to hit.
Your 29 bites into it. Tell me about your arrow.
My arrow. So when I shoot my arrow, it actually looks like it is consumed in some kind of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like got like dark wispy smoke that comes off of it, and like the bow is actually kind of seeping like dark wisps of smoke as well.
Yes, you smoke to fight the smoke monster.
Wait,
I
Wait,
can-
you are-
Fire with fire fights smoke with smoke?
Or like wisps of darkness. Does that make
Let
you
me be a
feel?
little bit more specific.
Thank you.
Is it the magical bow?
It's pretty. It
Is it
might be magical.
Okay.
It might be.
The energy infuses into your arrow, and with your 27, you said, bites
29.
into the creature and tears off a hunk of smoke. Roll damage.
Cool. I am going to call favored foe on this particular creature. So for my first attack, I get an extra 1d6 to add to my damage. That is 19 points of damage for the first hit.
All right.
All right. I'm going to use, so because I hit with Dread Ambusher, I actually get to take a attack after an attack.
Rangers be scary.
This is, yeah, especially my kind of ranger, which I haven't played.
The arrow grinds through it like a chain, like a buzzsaw through my cabinetry.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will also hit.
Cool, and that is an extra D8. On
8
that
damage?
hit. No, an extra D8.
Oh, extra D8.
Yeah. So that is 10, 14, 23 points of damage.
holy smokes!
So 19 plus 23.
No pun intended.
Yep. And then my last attack is a 14.
Redgrim, move over.
You've been supplanted.
Your arrow goes streaking through it, and it screams and twists in agony, and as it does so, your arrow goes right through it, missing on a third attack. And it looks at you with a baleful gaze. Anything else that you'd like to do?
I would just like to position myself between the cleric and the beast.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, she
It
does it all.
stares at you with its baleful
No one's
gaze,
ever done that for me before.
and you feel the weight of Beshaba fall upon you, and I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Oh yeah, I got that. That is going to be a 22.
22. All right. You fend off the weight that's just going to start dragging you down. You're not quite sure what the magic would have done, but you're able to cast it aside this time.
Good start.
Anybody who's close to me hears Stegander say under her breath, "Good job, Uller. Let's do that again."
Quentin.
She's got a packed weapon. I mean, geez.
She can
everything.
stay.
I let out a stream of arcane laced profanity and unleash my Hexblade's curse on it, which will last a minute, gives me a little extra damage as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And then as my action, I reach my hand forward and try to pierce its mind. Mind Sliver cantrip, it needs to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 16, or take some damage.
What level is the spell?
That's a cantrip, so
Okay,
0.
you do this, and the magic just kind of sloughs off of it, as if it's unaffected by cantrips.
No.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And I will say that the cantrip didn't touch it. Well, it didn't do anything. I'm done then.
All right, if you're done, the creature slides forward as an action, as a legendary action reacting to the end of your action, Quentin, and ends its round right in front of Stegander.
I hate legendary actions.
And Delirus.
Okay, so the whole drow aversion thing, is it only about sunlight or is it any bright light?
Sunlight, which actually raises a good point.
Okay.
I'll catch you next time on that one, Stegander.
We're inside a building.
of the god of light.
Okay, I forgot to ask that question in the beginning.
All
I'll
right,
remember.
You got through one on me. I'll remember next time.
Fine. I grab the hilt of Rangrim's sword, which is not a euphemism, and I say, Timora blesses your strength. Defend her servant. And that was holy weapon.
Oh.
Now do a 1. Dang it, where did it go? You're doing your 2d8 radiant damage per hit.
Got it.
Now go be as badass as the ranger if you can.
Challenge
This
accepted.
isn't a contest.
Isn't
trying-
it?
We're trying to survive here.
I'm sorry, guys. I came out of the gate swinging.
No. Don't apologize.
I want you guys to keep me
Stegander,
around.
Anything else, Delirus?
Do I feel like I'm maybe in like a threatened square of this large thing? It's
Are you close?
kind of close.
Are you close to Stegander?
If you're
Well,
standing next to
Stegander
me,
stood
yes.
in front of me, so the answer
Yes,
is
when it
probably
slid up
yes.
next to her, one thing you've realized is that you feel like you're inside of an aura that seems to be around it. And inside of this aura, you feel the gaze of Beshaba quite harshly. And you'll know that anyone that is doing melee attacks against it will have disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Ew.
Such bad luck.
And then it turns to Stegander and stares at her again and make me another wisdom save.
Whoa.
I'm gonna roll the good one. Yes. take that. That's a
that was a
lot.
bonus action, wasn't it?
I can't do math suddenly.
That was
17
third
plus
legendary.
7.
24.
Thank you.
I'm trying to see if I have anything. Is the aura like dispellable?
Possibly.
It's a 24.
24. Once again, you fight off the gaze of Beshaba. My DC 20 wisdom saves just aren't getting through.
Yeah,
I'll just have to
I
make
think
harder monsters next time.
that's worth a try. I will cast Dispel Magic on.
I think you can only use a cantrip since you use the spell slot as your bonus action.
That was a bonus action. Holy weapon. Was
Yeah,
a
but you
bonus
use this
action.
spell
That means you
slot.
can only
So
use a cantrip as your standard, as your action.
I thought it was a damage. Oh, fuck! I never understand these rules. Fine.
Those ones are hard.
I sit on my thumb.
take it fine,
Alrighty,
and
the
then
magic thumb
watch over him.
till my aura is blessed. We'll get you next time, though, Rangram. What's up?
Okay. So having Delirious lay hands upon his mighty maul, Rangram turns, and as he's turning, he goes ahead and starts bringing the hammer around in ever-increasing speed, understanding luck is not on his side today, but sometimes it is our favorite to fight against it. 23 with disadvantage.
You hit?
It'd be nice to have a good attack bonus. I would know.
So, striking with a melee, hitting a creature with a attack from my weapon, I activate my fire rune with my bonus action.
All right.
Which will also deal an additional 2d6 fire damage and summons fiery shackles that attempt to lock the creature down, requiring a DC 15 strength save.
It is immune to fire.
Oh, well.
That makes
Does your
sense.
shackles still apply to it?
Maybe?
What was it? A DC what?
15.
15.
So nothing crazy.
All right. This is quite a strong ghost smoke golem of some sort, and it gets a 22 on its strength save to resist your grappling.
Oh, well. Alright, so first, just the hammer damage then. As the maul, as I roll like boop, 9 magical bludgeoning damage as the dragon slaying weapon slams in.
That does
For
get
2d8
through.
radiant.
And
Real
an
resistance when you go into it.
additional 11 radiant damage as well.
Wow.
As the flash of light with the impact brightens the area for a second.
What is that, radiant damage?
Yes. And then second attack.
On the radiant damage, reroll ones and twos on your radiant.
I said it was a 7 and a 4.
Okay. You're in a Temple of Amontor.
No.
Nice.
Ooh.
The holy
right.
weapon's every attack, right? It's not just once a turn?
But I think it's every. Yeah.
Okay. Second attack, still a disadvantage.
Just says like badass on your weapon now.
Location.
18.
18 will also hit.
Nice. So, same thing again. Magical bludgeoning damage for 13 magical bludgeoning damage, as well as 14 radiant damage.
Okay. Alrighty, your hammer slams into it twice, and you can see the explosion of radiant energy courses through it, kind of, and then it settles down, and then it's its turn, unless you have something else you'd like to do.
Nope. Nope, but I'm sure I'm going to be taking a reaction.
Oh yeah, it does not like that holy damage at all, being a creation of an evil god. And so he is going to slam down on you. Let me go see what my stats are. And the first hit slams into you for a 29 armor class.
That'll hit.
Alrighty. And he just courses through with 27 points of force damage. As it just kind of just strikes itself right through every fiber of your body there, Rangrim.
That wasn't a crit, right?
No.
Okay, you said 20.
27.
Okay.
I do average damage for my monsters, just because it speeds things along. I also do average initiative for my monsters. For the exact same reason. But it's not quite done yet. As it reaches back with its other big hand and slams down onto Rangrim. Does a 21 hit you?
A 21 will hit me. But since I might as well use it, I will. Runic Shield, please reroll your attack.
Does a 26 hit you?
Oh well. Yep, still hits.
All right. Take, weirdly enough, 27 more points of damage as once again it's...
Rangrim! Stop getting ouched!
And you watch as it suddenly pulls upon the might of Beshaba. And all of its legendary actions have refreshed.
Ooh.
Oh, bitch.
Okay.
Legendary actions are such bullshit.
Just as the smoke monster bounced absorbed the attack, so does Rangrim absorb quite easily those two massive assaults.
Oh, I hear I'm supposed to do more damage. That's what I'm gonna
No.
go.
Think of the poor cleric.
So as
I'm thinking more cleric and I will not do more damage. So,
as the smoke monster coalesced, Bo picked up Mr. Peppers. Don't watch, this is going to be ugly, and shoved him into his inner pockets and to run away my full 25 feet. Put as much distance as I can between myself and this monster.
okay. It is now let's say 35, 45 feet away from you now.
Okay, and then I'm going to pull out a rabbit pellet and squish it between my fingers, and you see a giant rabbit's paw, I call it Pepper's paw, appear. Eric, this is the first time you've seen it. This is a reskinned Bigby's hand. Appears and smashes down upon the monster with the clenched paw.
All right.
That is
So a pepper pellet, don't you mean a good berry?
good berry, yes.
No, pepper
Okay.
pellet makes more sense.
That is a 24 to hit.
24 to hit me. What level is your spell?
It is a 5th level spell.
Alrighty. And
Bring the big
okay,
gun.
what happens when you hit me?
I deal 48 force damage.
48 force damage? Oh, your
Alright.
attack comes in to swing at the creature with your giant paw, but it's just the weirdest bad luck you've ever seen. Rangrim steps right in front of it and takes the full force of the damage that you were about to do to him. To this creature.
Maybe I did pick the wrong goddess.
How much damage was that?
Maybe I should have saved my
I
reaction.
didn't roll yet.
All that damage.
I should have totally saved my reaction.
Oh.
Okay. There's 2 1s and an 8 and a 6. So that is 16.
16? Ah, man, you're supposed to hit him harder than that.
That's only slightly below average.
Okay.
That's how we roll in the Velkyn Weave.
I just
damage.
pause, befuddled. Wait, and I blink my eyes like am I looking at the wrong?
Only he hadn't stepped. I mean, it's just a bad luck of the dice or just bad luck.
Sorry,
The
Ray,
wrong
really
place,
wasn't
the wrong
personal.
time.
That's
All right. Anything else?
No, that's quite enough.
All right. It looks again at you, Stagander. Make me another wisdom saving throw.
You gotta stop asking me to do things that I'm good at. 17.
17.
Yeah.
You feel Beshaba's curse come down on you.
Oh.
You have disadvantage in all attacks against this creature.
But I already.
You
Okay.
disengage like that and hit me with a bunch of arrows.
But you said that there's sunlight in this in here, so I would have.
I was determined to do this before I remembered there was sunlight in here.
Okay.
Take your curse and be happy.
Okay.
By the way, Stigander, it's your turn. As you're grumbling about your curse.
As I grumble about my curse,
Grumble.
I am going to disengage and move away.
I really hope this doesn't continue long. My apologies again.
It's fine. How much further between myself and Golden Brow?
Let's say 20 feet. She is outside of the aura of the golem that is the spite golem made by Beshaba.
Okay.
And she's drifting backwards. I think last turn let's say she cast Sanctuary.
Okay. I guess I'll move closer to her direction just to get a little bit further away. I guess it doesn't matter because I have disadvantage no matter what. I guess I'll just stand here.
Mm-hmm.
At disadvantage no matter what.
Isn't it wonderful?
A dirty 20 hit?
God damn it!
Did
Roll your
last
damage.
Tamora loves
It's doing no good.
That's okay. I had really crummy. These are really crummy roll on that. That is 14 points of damage.
All right.
And then my second attack is 21.
Yes.
Sorry. Not sorry. 19 points of damage.
Alrighty. 122. 2 more arrows tear through the creature. Is now looking a lot more dispersed than it was before. It's not quite as intact and thick on the smoke. As you can tell that you've been chipping away at it.
I'll stick my tongue out at it.
Alrighty.
Here.
And take that. It takes his hand and it smacks at you in your tongue. Bam! 25 armor class.
Oh, no.
Take 27 points of force damage. Boom! All spite damage.
Fun. 27?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Quentin.
Is there a big basin of holy water in here?
Of course.
Okay.
A huge basin.
Yeah.
Have it right down there in the middle where they do the various baptisms and blessings. Almentor is all about the holy water.
Is it in like a location where I could tip it over and it would roll onto the monster, or
Do you currently have inspiration?
no? I used it for my.
If someone else will use their inspiration, I'll say yes.
I will.
Done.
I will.
Feel
By
tomorrow.
luck of the draw, Timora Blessing comes down and says, yes, it's right where you need it to be.
This is why you don't bust into a christening. And I shoulder into it and spill it onto the ground so that it rushes onto its smoky feet touching the ground.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make me a strength check to see if you can shove that thing over. It's a big
Watch me bounce
beast.
off of it here.
No.
Yeah.
DC's pretty easy.
Like a strength saving throw? No.
No, just strength check. Athletics if you have it. If that would help you.
Yeah. I'm trying to get D&D Beyond to cooperate here. 8.
A total of 8?
Let
Strength
me
is
consult
not
the
his
dice.
thing.
8.
All right. Well, you are still able to push it over. Boom, and it goes over.
Just
but
much less
because
heroic.
you did not roll the DC 10 I had set for this, the water does not splash directly onto the creature. And it goes to the side and splashes all over the ground, and only getting a little bit onto the big monster. So let's go ahead and say, since it was a giant basin of holy water, let's go with 4d6 as your splash damage.
Okay, that is some low dice there. That is 11 on the dice.
Oh,
Alrighty. The thing it just instinctively recoils away from it. And you can tell you've heard it through your use of the gallons of holy water rushing across the floor.
I hurt my pride a little bit in that.
If you don't think it will walk into those areas, if it could somehow be pushed or something, all the better.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll
If
stand.
only we knew someone.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done then.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and make sure that he stays at a disadvantage as well. Angrim, make me a wisdom saving throw. As it looks at you.
14.
14? The weight of Beshaba is upon you, and you have disadvantage on all attacks to hit the golem, whether they're ranged or not. That was the end of Delirus's Quinn's turn. That brings us to Delirus. Delirus, what would you like
so
to
this
do?
aura thing, it only affects you if you fail to save. It's not just an automatic you're within the aura.
2 different things.
If you're next to it, you're in the aura. And that's all melee attacks. The curse wanders away with you. And so it affects ranged peoples like Sigandir.
Lovely. Okay. Slap my hands on Rangrim's broad dwarfish shoulder blades. Timora grants you the strength to carry on the fight. That is cure wounds at level 4. Because he's got a very large tank to fill. Oh boy. D&D Beyond is rolling slow as fuck. Okay. That's not the most awful roll, but it's not great. Take 21 back.
Okay.
It's ouchied.
All right.
And I think that's I've already done my 3 action, my legendaries, so you're in the clear. England.
All right. So, all right. Let's go ahead and make that first attack. Hammer time coming in hard. Only a 12 that time.
12 will miss. It seems to be getting more leery of you and your hitty, spiky, shiny hammer.
And so that way missed, but then the second one comes in from the other side with a 26.
Well, boom! Mighty blow.
So a couple things are going to happen. First, we'll do some damage. So that's 10 magical bludgeoning. That is 14 more radiant damage. And then, because he is not more than one size difference than me, I will Crusher push him into the water. Push him 5 feet into the water.
All right, let me go see if he's got any sneaky abilities that prevent him from doing this. I do not. Do I get a strength save against this or anything, or is it just insta?
Nope, insta.
Insta. Alrighty, go ahead and roll me another 46 damage.
Once per turn, I hit a creature with bludgeoning damage, I move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided it is no more than one size larger than me.
By the way, if it does have a saddle that prevents that, it will get a save. So if you try to unhorse knights with that trick, they're going to get a save against it because they have a special saddle that allows them to have saves.
Okay.
Not that it applies in this instance, so roll your damage.
Looks like 13. Math? Yeah, 13 damage.
Alrighty. With that,
What about
you
your
realize that you have crashed the threshold, and this creature, if we were playing 4th edition, would be bloodied. Or, I guess, in that case, dispersed.
And then I will bonus action activating the hill rune on my greaves, and you see a wave of darkness cross over Rangrim's skin.
Alrighty.
Did you do your radiant damage?
Yes.
Its turn. The mighty golem lunges forth at you, Rangram, identifying you as the true foe among all of these others, and tries to slot at you for a 23 armor class.
Totally will hit.
27 points of force damage.
Do you round up or round down?
I do what the monster manual says is the
No,
average.
I know, but I'm resistant to all.
Oh, round down.
Okay. So it's 13.
And 20 point, AC armor class 20 for the second attack.
Still gonna hit.
27 more points of force damage.
Cool.
How you looking, Rangram?
Those blows are I mean, he looking quite bloodied, but they aren't seeming to hit nearly as hard anymore.
I can't heal you any faster.
The correct answer was bloodied yet dapper. You are dressed for a christening.
Having known
Dapper,
Quentin
but
long
dangerous.
enough, having known Quentin and heard his reputation, I did not come unprepared.
I'm still dressed like a forest hobo.
It's true. You came straight from business.
So's Tom.
Ah, yes. Go get him, Mighty Pepper! And I'll use my bonus action to use Grasping Hand to attempt to grapple the target while he's in the water and prevent him from moving out of the water.
Ooh.
So it
That's why
did
that
move
man
out of the
paid the
water
big
on its
bucks.
turn.
Oh, oops. I was clearly very focused on my turn and didn't hear that.
My apologies. I had to move in order to come out. I'm not
I didn't hear it say that either.
How far out of the water is he?
barely 5 feet.
Okay, I will
Fish.
use... Wait, I know it's in here. Forceful Hand to attempt to push a target 5 feet in any direction I choose.
All right.
So it is a strength contest made by the athletics of the target.
They have magic resistance. Does that affect this at all?
I don't know. It's a
This is a contested check, but it's not a saving throw. I would have
It's not a
advantage.
saving
on
throw.
throws. All
Yeah, it
right.
says
Let's
athletics
go
check.
with. All right, we'll permit it. Strength save or strength check, you said?
18 plus 9.
18 plus 5.
Okay. It works.
23. So you're pushing me?
I'm pushing you back into the water.
All right. Roll another 4d6.
Nice.
We're gonna very slowly drown this thing, guys.
Okay, that is 15.
15?
Very nice. I got 2 6s. And that was my bonus action.
Did you say 15, Bo?
Yes, 15. With my action, I take out an acorn, and it's a diamond acorn, and I spin it in my hand, and out flies. Oh gosh, what element? I always choose the wrong one. Let's go way.
Don't do fire. Don't do fire.
I'm gonna do lightning.
Yes!
Is it immune to lightning?
Delight do.
I don't know. Let's find
Okay,
out.
let's find out. Let's roll the hit. My chromatic acorn. No, well, 11 plus 9. Yeah, so that's 20.
20 armor class?
Mm-hmm.
Once again, there's so much water around. Your spell attack launches at it, and the water splashes up, and you watch as it conducts right into Rangram again. So go ahead and make your damage roll. Rangram, are you immune to lightning damage anyway?
Isn't it an attack?
It is an attack.
It's a range
Cool.
attack.
Then I am using my reaction
Oh yeah.
to where is it? To Cloud Rune, which is once when I or a creature I see within 30 feet is hit by an attack. Why go away? Is hit by an attack roll. You can use my reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker within 30 feet of you to become the target of the attack instead. Using the
Weird,
same
that
roll.
is what I just did.
Like an Escher
Versus
drawing.
spy.
MC Escher of chromatic
I reverse your reverse card.
Okay,
I've
you
played
reverse
Uno,
my
that
reverse card. All right. The spell hits Rangrim, and he just and
He could
flings
use it
the
back.
lightning right back at the creature, or something along those lines.
Uh,
So what happens then?
Do I roll damage?
Sure, let's talk. Oh, you got through my trick. I thought I had another one.
Okay.
All right, don't aim at Rangrim.
Did you roll radiant damage for when you put it back in the water?
Yes, I think I took 15.
Nice.
That is 18 points on 3d8. Rolling well.
Math. Okay, got it. Yes. How bad? Oh, and at the end of your turn, creature is mad at you at doing that, so it pops you upside the head again. Rangrim, boom! And this time, I crit.
I'm immune to crits.
You're immune to crits. How are you immune to crits?
Adamantine plate.
No. How expensive is that?
It was clearly worth it.
Take 27 points of damage. Non-crit damage.
Oh.
I blame Grant.
It's just regular adamantine plate. It's not plus anything.
How bad are you down?
Let's see. I'm at 11 of 99.
Tradora flings her hand up to the sky, to the ceiling of her temple, and calls upon the might of Amantor. Bring your blessing down upon us. And a shaft of light answers her call, pinning right down on top of Rangrim.
Nice.
Rangrim, you are healed with the spell of the exact same name. Regains 70 hit points as the power of Amantor fills you.
Wow.
You do that, Delirious?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
Are we
Rangrim.
saving it for a special occasion?
Rangrim, what's the word I'm looking? Reinvigorates with the lightful impact.
It brings us to
Yeah, I'll go with it.
Gandir.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep firing at this thing.
It ain't broke.
It ain't broke. This is a 23 to hit.
Yes. With all your disadvantages.
With my disadvantage, I rolled a 17 and a 10.
Must be nice to have a +9 to hit.
13.
The monster looks at you and says, "Thank you."
That is 19 points of damage.
All right.
And
Another arrow goes ripping through it.
16. So the second one's not gonna
16.
hit. Yeah. I know.
And in celebration, unless you want to do something else,
No, I don't really have any. I don't think there's enough nature in here for me to turn invisible.
it
so.
pops Rangrim, armor class 23.
All day.
Take 27 points of force damage.
Cool.
All right, Quentin.
This little monster's just doing this the right way.
He really is.
A little bird just chirped in my ear that an anonymous donor has awarded the party a random inspiration to a party member. So
Ooh.
I think it would only be fair. I'll roll a die here, and looking at my Zoom here, that goes to Michelle.
I was going to say, it should be the one who gave up her inspiration for another point, right?
Yes.
What would I spend? D&D
Well,
Beyond has no way of doing double inspiration.
Easy come, easy go. Okay. Looks like I got a little holy water on you at the christening. I named thee Wisp. And I then unleash an Eldritch Blast at it. Am I at disadvantage on attack rolls or no?
Are you within 10 feet?
I don't
It's up to
believe
you
so.
whether you are.
I've been trying to...
I think you're at range.
Okay.
My understanding is you have not engaged. We're going to go with engaged and ranged.
Actually,
Or
right
the
before I unleash the Eldritch Blast, I will bonus action Hex it at 3rd level.
All right.
And
Isn't
I'll
it
target
already
its...
hexed? Your first background?
Well, that was my Hexblade Curse. This is an actual spell.
Oh, it's completely different. I see.
I've got a lot of cursing. I do. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
attacking beyond, that is 25 to hit. Well,
All right, and this is Elder Splash cantrip.
yeah. So that is 7
I
force
was afraid of this.
and 6 necrotic.
All right, your hits it, and it's immune to cantrips.
I knew it. I knew it.
No effect.
Ah, that's right. That's right.
Wah, wah.
Okay. And then I guess I already rolled the second one, which was a 10, so that failed.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Well, cantrips definitely don't touch it.
You
And
are.
I
That's
will-
the first
Quentin
time.
yells for the second time.
Well, I mean,
I have confirmed.
yes.
Science has happened.
Or anything else.
I will keep my distance.
It wallops Rangram again. 27 armor class. Sorry, yeah, actually, that worked out. 27 armor class for 27 points of force damage.
Can do this all day.
No, you can't. Finish it already.
Delirious.
Timur grants you the strength to carry on the fight. God damn it. That's another.
Titan
level
Mora
4.
damages it.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up. Never another level 4. Where did it go? Cure wounds. Please roll better this time.
Timora, we beseech you for your guidance. Guidance would be useful.
24.
Ooh.
I can't do this all day. As long as you keep healing me, it's fine.
Unfortunately,
No, I don't have its help. I only have one
it
more
has
at that
run
level.
out of its legendary thumpings. And so I get no thump, and we go straight to Rangram's turn.
He
But
gets
don't
a crit.
worry, I'll refresh.
He gets that look. My turn. And this time, as his hammer is coming in, he starts to hulk and grows just as large as the smoke monster. As the hammer once more
Hulk out there, Rangram.
strikes in. I got a 20 on one die and a 14 on the other die, so a 24 to hit.
Oh,
Yes.
almost a crit.
So first we have the regular damage of, wow, minimum 8 magical bludgeoning damage,
Mm-hmm.
plus an additional 3 magical bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
My dice hate me. There's a 2, so re-rolled that into a 7. Nice. 15 radiant damage.
All right.
And then into the second attack. 17.
17 is its armor class.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Unless I lied about it earlier. I don't
Wow.
think I did. I don't think I did.
10 magical bludgeoning, because apparently I can't roll d6s for worth any today. As well as 12 more radiant damage.
Kabam! Kabam! Alrighty. Are you pushing it?
I used my bonus action. Oh wait, yeah, Crusher is not a bonus action. Yes, I will push it back into the water again.
All right. Roll me 4d6 radiant as you go back into the water. And you're pretty sure that's going to use up the last of the water as it's all been splashed up onto it.
And
All right.
well, that water did an additional 20 points of damage to it.
Whoa!
Ooh.
You slam the thing twice, and it goes pushing back into the water. It tries to come back out at you, and it just doesn't seem to have the strength to do so, and he just kind of slumps to the ground. It's kind of like one of those coils when you like the on 4th of July where you light the little thing that makes a little snake. That it kind of like sits there and goes to the ground, and then it just starts just dissolving down back into the water. Just. And then it's gone.
Look over at Delirious. What is going on?
And we will fall out of initiative at this point. You have defeated.
I can only tell you what I saw. I saw the same thing you did. An avatar of Beshaba appeared. It made a bad luck golem thing. I'm sure there's a cleric-y name for it. I don't care. And you killed it. Well done. Well done, both of you.
I assure one of the unconscious attendees on the ground to see if they wake. Hey, generic
what?
tall person.
What happened? What happened?
Tall person.
Hey, oh, good. You're alive. Really glad I didn't fireball back there. Whew.
What?
Close call.
All the people are slowly starting to come back awake as the curse of Beshaba has been lifted from the cathedral. And everyone's like, oh,
Rangram will return
what
to
a
his
headache.
normal size.
Oh.
I assure you, she was not on the invitation list.
Maybe that's why she showed up, Quentin. You need to think about these things.
How's the baby?
Look over my shoulder.
He
Kid good?
He's fine. Although then it goes as starts screaming its head off at all the loud noises and the sounds of Rangram getting thumped repeatedly.
This
Sounds
is why I'm
healthy.
never going to breed.
Last moments of
Yeah,
Pepper's
the
call.
priest is there doing the
Got the baby.
pat thing to calm the baby down. As all the people were like, oh.
I find it interesting that Bestabi, is it? How do you say it?
Who what? Oh, Beshaba?
Beshaba is so upset over the temple to Tamora that isn't. It's a good thing.
Well, it's more is her temple is.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts, really.
it's a nice
apparently.
foundation.
I think Andrew's probably just wandering around, poking around to find any undamaged arrows she can salvage.
So, when
Right now, they see arrows
Beshaba's temple
get
to be
consumed.
finished?
Hmm?
I'm going to rule for right now. For this session, I'll have to think about a little bit more. Your arrows are consumed when you infuse them with all of your gloomy goodness.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I'm just probably Stigander's probably still looking for arrows to see, like, she's picking up like pieces of arrows and like
Pick it up and they just kind of crumble as if they aged
Man.
so much.
Quiver of holding. All right.
and Stigander's like she's muttering like under her breath, and it looks like she might be muttering to her bow.
Together, that was amazing. You made quick work of that.
Oh, it was nothing. Uller he's the one that does all the hard work.
I'm sorry, Uller?
Uller, and I like
Uller?
hold up my bow. Uller.
Oh,
Oh, you named your bow. How quaint.
hey, I point at Quentin. He named his weapon too.
It's true.
Oh,
Uller told me his name was Uller. I didn't name him. He came with a name.
told you.
What does he sound like?
Grumpy most of the time.
Ooh.
I'm helping people off the ground and kind of brushing their shoulder, give them a little pat. Hors d'oeuvres and wine outside in the reception hall.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for
Quentin, were you the one that mentioned a quiver of holding?
Just now, that wasn't me who mentioned
That
quiver
was
of holding.
Jeff.
Zip Rangram. Since you mentioned it, with that quiver, you notice there's something odd. It has a symbol of a unicorn on the side of it.
Ooh. I know who that is.
I don't.
And Quentin, Lady Varasa is right there next to you and says, agreed. This party must go on. We cannot let this ruin our great day. Please, no angry god will be standing in the way of our celebration.
Oh.
Not when the Velkyn Weave is at hand.
Indeed. Well done, all of you. I'm once again so proud of you. You've done such great work here, says Lady Varasa. But let us all go outside. The food is ready. To the feast. And everyone goes,
Food.
I got such a creak in my neck. Do we have to?
Tredora.
Hold on, I think I could fix that.
The High Priestess Goldenbrow comes over to you and will place it on their hand. How much healing do you need?
I'm actually pretty good. I'm only slightly wounded. No, it's more like about wanting to go into a social situation.
Oh,
You don't have
Bring
to go.
intro.
You do not have to go, but the rest of the celebrants who just got all their bad luck drained out of them seem to be very hungry and are eager to go out and follow this wafting scent and aroma of roasted beast.
I feel like I'm covered in oil from the bad luck charm and the curse and that aura just like sloughing off.
I mean, if he's not going to take that healing, I will.
She will give it to you as well. How much do you need over there, Stagander?
On a scale from 1 to 74, I'm about a 47.
She can heal it.
I will say to her though, thank you, lady. The healing or the cry to your deity, your patron, your deity's assist act was mighty beneficial and was of imperative use to defeating that monster.
Dolores,
Horn.
was it just me, or did that baby just get cursed? Lady Call seems to be, brushing over that bit. Didn't?
What are you talking about, Phelan? What happened?
Yeah. I mean, didn't she totally say if you don't build my temple, your daughter will suffer bad luck forever, something like that?
When she turns 12.
Well, I mean that's more of a conditional thing. It hasn't happened yet. We still got 12 years to deal with it. But
12 years to build a giant temple.
I don't know how much you know about opulent temples, but sometimes they take longer than 12 years to build. You may want to get on that.
yeah, I don't think so. I think I would rather kill the
Father
god
of the
than
year
try.
right here.
Look, if I give in to that
kill
evil
the
god,
god?
then I got to go build a new Fane to Tiamat. Okay.
Watch
Where does
my-
it stop? Where does it stop?
Oh,
watched
we don't negotiate with terrorists? Is that where this is going?
I have a line and I've drawn it in granite, not sand. It's a hard, immutable line.
Seen my wife and her other stone crafters put up a house in a fortnight, so I'm sure a massive temple is a year, 2 tops.
Look, I haven't given the deed up yet. If it was simply a gold matter, I'd go sell it to the tree barons and throw the gold into building a temple. But no, I'm not playing that game. Also, I'm rather worried that a couple of the RSVPs didn't get answered. Deed and Tobias, they didn't show up. Tybalt, the lizard folk.
Yeah,
Lunch.
it's rude they didn't come. I want to have a word with them.
We just got attacked by an avatar of a god, and you're worried about people who haven't shown up to your christening?
No, I'm
You
worried
haven't
about
met Dean
allies.
Tobias yet.
We just call this a Tuesday.
Actually,
That
I'm worried about people that helped us during the war, allies that we fought with. And if the current situation is willing to show up at our front door, maybe something's befallen them. That's how I would do it. Take out the further, weaker ones first.
If
Make
she's
him bleed.
messed with deep spies, I'm gonna find me a goddess-killing weapon.
I mean, the ruins of Linnar Mall and Rest aren't that far away by airship, I imagine.
Yeah, maybe we probably better go check
Pay
on
them a
them.
visit?
Yeah.
Stagander,
the
are
way,
you with us?
Stagander. Here's a bonus, and I give Stagander 2 more gold.
Is that all she's worth to you?
I already paid her the 5.
That was yesterday.
Was it?
What have you done for me today?
Okay, I give her 7 altogether.
I mean, that's 1,800 gold a year. That isn't bad. If you think about how much we got during the Red Hand, I mean, that's a fair amount for... But then again, you're hanging out with us. a lot of danger.
I was just hired to track stuff, so I don't know anything about fighting gods. I've never done that before.
You'll learn.
Would you like to add it to your resume?
It's a pretty impressive resume as is, but I mean,
I do want to brag. We are pretty awesome.
I've seen the play.
Original production.
I'm quite aware. But
Little known fact, we also founded the Nimbus. You may have heard of them, eh? Cloud Giant Mercenary? Oh.
Founded is such a strong word.
Lied into existence? Yes.
Yeah.
like I've only been in the area for about a year or so I'm not really familiar with Toril as much as I am some of the other planes. But yeah, if you're looking for, I don't mind tagging along. This was fun.
And with those words, you hear a heavy footsteps of stone upon stone. Boom, 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 boom. As walking down the corridor, the nave, towards you is a large stone golem. Boom, fashioned to look like Lady Sansiri.
I knew it!
with
Damn
a
it.
mask in front of it. And her face, the mask has changed slightly. It has like a raised eyebrow and a slight frown to the face.
Should have known.
What is going on?
Oh, glory
Darlings,
speaks.
you made quite the commotion. I could feel you here.
Oh, Beshaba came to challenge us, or you rather. She came to challenge you for your city. We told her that Sansuri would never surrender it, and we would defend you and your claim to the last. And we managed to kill her messenger. But I think she might be back. She might come back.
What? My claim to the Vale? Of all the gall.
So galling.
Well, I am glad I had my champions here to dispose of this errant challenger to my claim. Good work, all of
she's
you.
alive. She left,
Oh,
but we killed her messenger.
that is the first rule of diplomacy. Always kill the messenger. It sends a
Thank
message.
you for the lesson. Sorry, what?
It sends a message.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Well, can't leave anything alone for a moment. I thought Thulin was supposed to be handing that. I wonder what Brimskarda is up to. She probably has her fingers in this somehow. Well, regardless, I'm glad you take care of it. Well done, my champions. I shall dispense rewards upon you when I return.
Oh, and when will that be?
Undetermined right at this point.
Okay.
I have some delicate enchantments that must be done. Hello, Bope. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I lost the horns. A little bit less evil. Hey.
Yes. Are you sure that was necessary?
It was.
Why? You were so much more useful with the horns and a lot more evil.
Yeah, I wasn't the nicest.
Well, fine. You and Thulin. Anyway, job well done. If you need me for anything else, I shall be available. You can always speak to me through this.
We've set up a nice gazebo outside
Oh,
for you.
excellent. That should keep the pigeons off.
Well, do enjoy the refreshments. Thank you.
I shall away. Good luck to you, Velkyn Weave, my champions, my proxy rulers of this vale. I look forward to our next meeting. I'll have so much to show you. I can't wait. Oh, it'll be so joyous.
Yay.
And she turns around and starts walking away. Always
Guys, I have a great idea. Let's not kill her until she kills Beshaba for us.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that easy. She could just end up marrying Beshaba. You know how she is.
That is
It's
very
scary that
likely.
could be. Yeah, it's scary that that's actually a possibility.
It's not even a possibility. It's like a probability.
I really like those
Probability.
odds.
Well, you all certainly keep everything interesting, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you maybe you haven't been told about Countess / Goddess Sansuri. She married herself because
It was Empress.
she's powerful and everything, and she's the god of giants now.
And
Yes,
us.
she says so.
And the veil.
And here.
she-
Heaven and earth, I think she said.
Yeah,
oh
whatever.
yeah, sorry, in
whatever.
heaven and earth, and she has the hand of Vecna and the eye. I don't know, something else.
Yes, the eye and the hand of Vecna.
Yeah.
But not the book. I had that one. Ooh.
Yeah, that's another story. We're gonna have to kill her someday, probably. She's super evil.
Not me
Right.
anymore.
Yeah, you got out of it. I mean, you're no longer fragile like a piece of glass menagerie.
Like,
He's now fragile like a porcelain bird instead.
Like a hard turtle shell. You're very tough compared to.
I knocked
Oh, yeah, that's
the
true.
necklace on my chest. Actually, I'm a lot more.
He doesn't have
I feel so much better now that I'm not, ripped and. I
Carrying
just,
the weight
take
of
my
those-
skin, and you can just
that
pull it out.
attractiveness.
Look,
Which
I don't
occurs to be
think
beautiful.
building a temple is going to be the way out of this. But yeah, I have no idea where Blanche Lafayette is at, but I know where the Lake of Rest is in Linar Mall. Would you guys be up for going and checking one of the two out?
Weirdly
Yes.
Yeah.
enough, there is someone here who does know where Blanche Lafayette could be.
Oh,
Is it
over at the wine bar?
Uh,
Sorry.
it's Sorana Anata, captain of Drellin's Ferry.
Oh,
She, if you make inquiries, she will mention that she saw her at Drellin's Ferry a few days ago and assumed that she flew here the way she does.
Rome's ferry's been rebuilt.
Parts of it.
Oh.
They're dwarves. They're really good at rebuilding things.
It is accurate.
And if you leave them alone, they will rebuild a town inside of a fortnight.
lovers.
Didn't say this. One last thing. For the curse, do we still feel the lingering effects of it? Do we need to
No, the curse is all vanished.
Okay.
The only one that possibly will remain is the Beshaba's prophecy on Phelan.
Right. Got it.
That would make
And
sense.
that is the topic of the festival, the feast that's going on outside. There's a lot of talking about how are they going to do about Beshaba's demands. And you hear all sorts of ideas because all the people of Brindle have a very vested interest in this. And they're throwing around ideas on what to do. You get from, let's rededicate the cathedral from Amantor to Beshaba. The devout of Brindle do not like this idea at all. Other ideas you get is, let's rededicate it for a limited time, maybe a week or a 10-day. And people aren't sure if this will satisfy the goddess. Another one is make the cathedral an all gods temple, which would include Beshaba, and therefore it would go to all gods equally. But that would mean that Amantor would lose its prominence again, and people aren't quite sure how they feel about that one. Another one is build a new temple to Beshaba, of which a lot of people are grumbling about the cost, and they don't know if the town can support 2 cathedrals. And then another is tear down all the temples in Brendel And that way there'd be no temples, and so she'd have the same temple as everyone else, but people are terrified of this idea because then they'd be forsaken by the gods. Then, what if we rename the town, because she named it Brindle, if we rename the town something else, and they're not sure that she'd fall for that trick.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a goddess of bad fortune. I don't think rules lawyering is going to get us out of her curse.
That was actually the idea that I floated, and I guess it didn't.
That might have been where they got it from, as they heard you talking about. Just rename the town. Welcome to Trindle.
Well, what's the quick and dirty price tag on building a temple? Like, how much gold would you need?
50K.
Huh, where could I get 50,000 gold from?
In 10 years.
And that will give the...
Where can you get $50,000?
Right before the finish line.
The last suggestion they have is that they abandon the town and resettle elsewhere, probably Drellin's Ferry.
We need more dwarves for that.
And they're not sure they have enough dwarves.
I know some people.
But you also hear other rumors out there among all the people. One, Blanche Lafayette is missing, but as you found out that Captain Sorana saw her in Drellin's Ferry a few days ago.
It's a weird place.
About Deej and Tobias, they have not shown up. Also, Tybalt isn't here either, but Captain Olverth had sent him and a lance of lions out to Elchris to investigate the Leather Cloak Gang that's been marauding near the Marth Forest. And he has not returned yet. But the Baron of Elsir Cross, Hargal Trask, is here at the party. And another weird thing you notice that as the feast goes on, people are having extraordinarily runs of good luck.
Almost
like incredibly lucky shots are being made in the field games, only to be encountered by incredibly lucky saves. People are having runs of luck in the games of chance.
Almost like where great disadvantage comes great advantage.
Indeed, when you say that, you'll go like, oh, now's the time to bet it all. As the games of chance start getting higher and higher in the town at the feast. And spirits start returning to all the people.
Maybe we use it to our advantage. We could do a little contest. People could buy tickets or choose a bet on determining where is Blanche Lafayette currently. And we could grid out the valley.
That'd be an interesting way to do it.
All funds go to Beshaba's temple.
Yeah, they'll be held in escrow, and if they don't end up going to the temple, that's what I'm working on right now. Getting some sketching some ideas down. It's my next gambit, and we're gonna crowdfund this.
I love it.
But we'll start with a map and gridding it out, and people are going to kind of bet on where she's at. And in theory, if everybody's like a winner, then everybody's going to maybe choose the same spot. Who knows? Luck is weird. Maybe nothing happens.
Everybody's a winner. Nobody is.
All right, so the way they figure out to do it, they're just going to take a coin and flip it with their eyes closed, and whenever the coin lands on the map.
There we go.
Is that where it goes? And so what's the prize if they win?
Let's see.
Half the house? Half the bet? And the house gets the rest?
Yeah, something like that. So I'm not losing my pants on this.
All righty. Well, they're not very rich, so we'll see. Are you going to have a floor minimum bid? 1 gold piece minimum bid or something?
We'll deal in silver. I think the folk would more likely deal in silver.
Okay.
And you can do up to like 5 silver. It's kind of like a $10 or $20 bet.
Let's go with, do you want to roll? Let's go with 5d20 gold pieces, because it's more than that, but there's it totals up to be about 5d20 gold pieces. Would you like to roll it, or would you like me to?
Can I do, yeah, go, you roll. I don't have 5d20 here.
Woohoo! There's a 20. There's a 38. There's a 41. There is a 52. There is a 61. 61 gold pieces worth of silver pieces.
And what do the coin tosses on the map tell us? Is there a heat cluster of?
There is a heat cluster in 3 different places. Drellin's Ferry, Lake Reston, and Red Rock.
61 gold, not down the drain. See?
That was your share, by the way. Somebody else took home all the. However you want to determine the winners. The other 61 goes to gets divided up among other people.
Gotcha. Something's going on here, and I think Lake Rest would be a good place to start.
I agree. I'm worried about Deaton Tobias.
All right. Well, the last thing I want to do at this particular feast is you, Quentin, and the rest of you, if you're there, are approached by Talaria, the wild elf. And she has a chest for you. So, we're in luck. I have your payment for you.
Payment?
Here you go.
The deed.
Breath keep.
For Vrathkeep, yes. Exactly.
Alright.
That goes right to the Beshaba temple.
I have good news. We were very successful. Lucky even. We got 5,000 gold pieces.
Oh, wow. Well,
wow.
And I thought you should have it.
thank you very much. Hopefully we don't end up funding a devotion to an evil god with this windfall.
I thought you were abandoning the town.
Abandoning the
That
town?
would seem to be the logical thing to do.
I
Just
don't
leave.
That's not. I don't think that's going to work.
No. You see, an evil god threatened my child. I'm going to kill her.
Maybe we don't say that out loud. Maybe we keep that on the inside.
Look at the temple I'm in. There's no better place to say it.
He should just kind of just like
Don't
stroll
threaten
in.
my child. Without an invitation?
Well,
There
Not
are
the proper
rules.
paperwork.
It was all about the protocol. If she'd followed protocol, he wouldn't be so angry.
Look, there's a time and a place to threaten a child, and this was not it.
Protocol.
They didn't have the right forms.
just when you think you understand humans, I don't understand you at all. So, do you have the deed? May I have the writ, please?
I hand it over, and
Thank you very much. The elves of the Tiricator, thank you. We have a place to call our own, finally.
Thank you for looking over Renyon.
We will continue to do so.
Excellent. May you have many years of prosperity.
And you as well. And she will take that and departs. Do you want to count the money? Or do you just want to hand it off to somebody?
I'll plop down my portable hole and push it into it and count it later.
All right.
Count it at a other time.
Look, I don't have a second extra dimensional space. There's no threat of what happened last time happening this time. Just keep that haversack and that bag of holding away from it.
Probably wise. Well, this is probably a good place to take a break as we consider which direction do you want to go. Do you want to go to which pile of coin do you want to follow? Drellin's Ferry, the Lake Reston, or Red Rock?
I did want to mention that we did get some more anonymous award inspirations, although this time it's worded random inspiration for killing Quentin. So 3 different people have apparently ponied up for that. I don't know how to take that.
Am I supposed to kill you?
I hope not.
is it
You
for
want
the
that
DM?
inspiration.
Is it inspiration for the DM?
Maybe if you're trying to kill me, I get inspiration.
Well, I think it reads the other way. For
I-
killing.
So let's consult an adventure lawyer on that. But
Okay.
anyway,
Well, we take a good break. Don't forget, you can ask character questions by typing in question in all caps, followed by your question, which character it's directed to, and we'll answer up to 3.
And remember, we are feeding hungry kids. The Games Tavern, along with our friends on 6 other streaming channels, have set up a huge charity super stream going on all week and into this weekend for No Kid Hungry. Each dollar raised provides up to 10 nutritious meals to hungry kids. Shard Tabletop has created a donation super bundle for everyone who donates $100 or more. So you can get a sub to Shard Tabletop. We're big fans, and a whole lot of bonus content, maps, and more from Kobold Press, CZ RPG, The Goblin Explorer, Dragonshorn Studios, Tabletail Games, and I don't know how to say this, Che Peku. Probably worth more than $100 easily. And that's not all. There are so many donation incentives from Shard Tabletop, D&D Beyond, Kobold Press, Die Hard Dice, Overhead Games, Miniature Market, and Incarnate. Michelle.
And have you guys checked out the Games Tavern Patreon yet? You definitely should. Some great perks, and it supports the show. And also, I put something down there too. Just go to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word, and get your hands on this amazing content. The latest updates include early access to the interviews from the Games Tavern Happy Hour, miniature paint plan from that paint show, and battle maps and plugin encounters for your games. Josh?
and as a reminder, we have a giveaway going on tonight. Type !epic in Twitch chat to enter to win an epic character generator to create realistic avatars of your characters from Overhead Games. And we'll be right back in just a few short minutes.
It's Reed from Whiskey Magic and Destruction, here to tell you about That Mini's Paint Show every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Pacific. On That Mini's Paint Show, we're going to paint miniatures every Sunday, showing you how quick and easy it is to paint miniatures to a high standard for your tabletop. And these are the same miniatures we will be using on stream. In addition to that, we'll have guests, and audience questions and participation is awesome and expected. So be sure to tune in, ask your pet questions about painting, and have a great time with us. We'll see you on That Mini's Paint Show, only on the Games Tavern Network.
Ah.
All right, welcome back. Let's check some questions for the characters, then we'll get back to our show. So who has the first question?
There's a question on here that says, you all have good luck. What will you use it for?
Kill Quentin, I suppose.
Totally waiting for one of those mental saves.
Yeah. Saving throw for Mr. Peppers.
Mr. Peppers, you would
No,
always
I'll
have his
probably need to
signature.
use it on a breath weapon saving throw.
If
And
season
it
two
still
was
won't work.
any indication.
Yeah, that's probably it. Save them for those saving throws.
I might use it for a killing blow. Trying to get a
On yourself?
kill shot. Well, if I curse myself and then kill myself, I do get some 10 hit points back. So strange but true.
I hate
Myself.
Wait, so in this way, could you just continually donate your organs to people?
No. Well, that no.
Are you part Hydra, part troll?
Have you tried?
Have you tried?
No, I'm not going there. Okay.
All right. Was that our question? So I can ask you
that one.
questions too. So what's the favorite food you eat at the feast? At the feast they have. What's your favorite food they had there? Let's start with
Chocolate
you, Bo.
fountain.
Chocolate fountain?
The candied yams were delightful.
Mm-hmm. Rangrim. Do you know what food they had that you really enjoyed? Was it a pickle?
Went down the wrong way.
Ooh, yeah, pickles.
Pickles are
CPR.
good.
Pickles are excellent.
Stagander.
Stagander would probably be looking for any kind of red meats or cheese.
Jeez.
They
Partial to that halfling cheese.
They hunted a stag and roasted it in celebration.
Only one?
Well, the stag. They also had a pig,
Oh.
and probably with having the whole town of Brindle show up, multiple pigs, and probably a cow as well. And Quentin, what is your?
It's a toss-up between the giant grapes that were grown at Broth Keep and the giant wedges of watermelon.
All right.
I think the child-sized head of the grape, that is probably my winner.
Are they the size of cabbages?
Easily.
Does this mean I can do the cabbage seller from Last Avatar, and instead he's selling grapes? It goes, my giant grapes every time you run over them.
You could, yes.
Excellent.
Please.
I'm glad I could know that though.
And also, the grape seeds make excellent slingshot or sling ammo. So the kids of the area are probably just flinging grape seeds left and right.
Ooh. You could probably make water skins out of the grape skin too.
Well, you could treat it like leather if you treat it right,
You are developing a grape-based economy.
Yes,
Diversify.
Well, I mean, there's already a cheese-based economy. So
Bottom
that is
now
right.
out of
Yes.
giant grapes.
So now you have cheese and grapes. You're
A
set.
grape-based
Charcuterie board right there.
Got the elves. You got the elves to provide the meats and the honeys. You're good.
Smorgasbord of perfection.
Need to change your name to charcuterie.
The Velkyn charcuterie.
Or charcuterie weave.
Don't ask where it came from.
The charcuterie weave.
I don't know if I could say that.
So Quentin, on a typical, by the way, whenever you check the money that you receive from the elves,
Yes.
there is indeed 5,000, but it's all of dwarven mint.
Did they steal it?
It wasn't her. It was someone in a disguised self. We just gave it away to freaking... what's her name? I don't know. The blazing-haired dwarf lady.
Aldrina Flamehair.
The one that had the hots for
I don't
Rangram.
know. She said she was gambling, and there was extra luck running around. So I
We
would
should
like
go
to
find
think of
her.
it as the dwarves got screwed by trying to gamble with the elves.
You
All right.
never gamble with elves or get a land in a land war in Asia.
In Chult.
Hey, I don't know how I feel about this. You know, screwing over the people that are caretakers of Renion's body. I feel like we should make sure.
How did we screw them over?
No, I think if anything, we didn't screw anyone over. I mean,
No,
we could have taken.
We allowed the dwarves, possibly, allegedly.
You can't prove it.
That's what I mean.
What
should
did we
go through
allow
it.
the dwarves to do?
Look,
I'm sorry,
there were.
part of this was a meta conversation. It looks like the gold was dwarven make. How did they all of a sudden get exactly the amount that the dwarven lady wanted to give us in dwarven coins?
I open the window and I look out, and we listen to the cheers of people saying, they won a 3-card dragon. Like, luck is everywhere in the Vale right now. We were only going to get paid 1,000. I think they just got lucky.
Okay,
And
everyone's
that's,
cool with this.
well, if we come back and the dwarves are ruling roost there, we can make things right.
Are you saying that perhaps luck is out of balance here?
Oh, 100%. As I show the map with the coins
This
all
could be a
clustered in 3
problem.
areas.
Like
we
rest, that
literally-
would be where the elves are, yeah?
We killed the bad luck. I mean,
Not we, Beshaba. Used it up. This could be a problem. We need. There's a reason that you don't have good luck all the time. Even I,
And
Timor's most faithful servant,
can't
does
good
not
luck-
have good luck all the time, and there's a reason for that.
Can't it maybe be used up, or maybe it's being drained, or
It probably will get used up. I think maybe the gambling today will bring things back where they should be.
But what happens if tomorrow everybody has bad luck?
Well,
our babies get cursed.
it today won't stop that from happening if that's what's going to happen, because at that point that's going to be Beshaba doing something else. And
No, you've got the point.
On a meta note there, mentioning luck, it looks like we've raised $230 for the charity so far.
Woo.
We're feeding hungry kids, and many people have donated inspiration for killing Quentin. Strangely, I'm not sure what's up with that, but hey, that money is helping to provide nutritious meals for kids. And the
Let's
Games
look
Tavern
over life.
Network have set up a charity stream for No Kid Hungry going on all this week through the weekend. So when you donate, you get some good stuff, a tax deduction, and most importantly, warm, fuzzy feelings for killing Quentin and feeding hungry kids.
Delirious, do you have Revivify? I ask for no particular reason.
not right now. Is that a cleric spell? I have.
Yes.
Yes.
It
Does
is.
it does it matter if I have it?
But
No,
you
that's
can,
okay too.
you can only save one of the 2 of them.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to follow up on the coins, feel free. If not, I was going to move you forward to the finding out what you want to do, probably on the next day.
So you've
Long
got
rest.
your friend out in Drellin's Ferry. You've got the strange incidents with the elves up near the lake. What is the third one that is on your map there?
Tybalt.
Tybalt.
He was a rival of Renian, who married not the captain of the guard, but one of the leaders, the city leaders afterwards.
Yeah.
What is up? But
he married
where?
Captain.
But
I'm
what
not
is
familiar with the location.
Red Rock?
Red Rock. Up in the mountains, there's a little town named Red Rock. Quentin would be familiar with it because it's where a lot of the mines are for Elsir Vale, where they do a lot of it's called Red Rock because of all the iron mines that are there.
Is that closer in vicinity to the Fane of Tiamat up on that mountain, or a different mountain?
A different mountain. This is in the Giant Shield. Those are in the Wormsmoke, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And Baron Trask, is he connected to that? To the Red Rock?
No, he is actually the Baron of the nearby town, which is Elsir Cross.
I
Which
think
is a ford across Elsir Vale. The Red Rock is actually just a mining town that's completely owned and operated by Lady Call.
of the three, I think Red Rock is the closest.
It is, but you have a ship.
True. Still the closest.
I'm very concerned about Deej and Tobias. I'd like to go to.
Yeah, I care about them way more than anything in this list. So
I tell Lady Call, we'll try and investigate Red Rock when we can, and let her know that suspiciously the elves, when they paid for Roth Keep, paid in dwarven coinage. If maybe there's something suspicious going on there, some back table dealings.
Do you need me to look into it? Yeah,
I would appreciate it.
I'll take care of it.
me too.
You go off an adventure.
I'll try not to get
Have
killed.
fun.
That was
Please don't
important.
die. We want to have our daughter be fatherless.
I will kill that god for us. Our daughter's going to be safe.
The life insurance is up to date, though.
It is. Weirdly enough, you have to go through the Temple of Timora to get those things purchased. I assume you have paid for a lock of your hair to be kept on in a safety deposit box at a Temple of Timora, correct? So that we can resurrect you if we need.
Actually, I've stipulated reincarnation instead of resurrection.
Reincarnation. As you wish.
But yes, I'm fully up to date.
Did you just imply that it's the Temple of Termora that sells life insurance? Because I am all about that.
Yeah. That's how they do a whole lot of their funding down here in is they run life insurance, but also they have little safety deposit boxes where you can leave a part of you, fingernail clipping, hair, or whatever is necessary in order to get thanks guys, in order to get the a resurrection off. And this is very popular among the nobles who go adventuring so that they come back no matter what happens.
Nice.
You often have to worry about resurrection or reincarnation. Is this a
yes.
common occurrence
Speaking
for
of
you?
which,
No, it hasn't
No.
happened before.
how would you like to handle it when you die? I mean, if you die.
I've got the paperwork here. You can fill it out. It's pretty simple. It's just a one page.
I want to handle
Yes,
your body
everybody.
in a religiously and culturally and ethically appropriate manner.
The standard rate is 100 gold per year, by the way.
I've updated my paperwork with you and them. Body returned to Lady Call if possible, and reincarnated if need be.
I told you I don't need 3 copies of this form, Quentin. Why do you keep giving me 3 copies of everything? I don't even really need the form. You made up this form.
It does. It's Quentin Form 67 on the bottom. Sorry.
This is why there's so
Burn
many
the rest of
attempts
the
to kill him.
copies.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, so
Shall we?
what would you prefer to? Lady Varasa will look into what the elves are up to. She's sure she can get to the bottom of it. She is going to ask Baron Trask to figure out what's going on with where Tybalt went, and they might have to send a larger contingent of Lions of Brindle out to find out if these leather cloak gangs are so awful that they're able to overwhelm an officer and an entire lance of lions, which are 10, by the way, 10 lancers.
Lake Reston, then, I think.
How do you want to get there? Do we have the map of that one?
We fly.
We take the road, of course.
There is no road as near as I can tell.
Last time we had to go up the river and we killed a bunch of goblins.
Where we're
And,
going, we don't need roads.
Yeah, they would be in Rest, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Which you would take. You would go up the road from to Witch Cross.
We're kidding. We're not taking the road.
Oh, okay. And then through the Witchwood, and then skirt the Black Fens, and eventually you'll arrive at Rest. Or you can take the shortcut.
Yeah,
It's parked
I've done
out
a lot
back.
of walking the last year. Let's ride, please.
Now, the last time we tried to fly in on the carpet, we were attacked from the sky by was it the acid or the poison-breathing dragon? I forget. It all
Acid.
blurs together.
It was
Poison.
black acid.
You're right, it was black in the water.
At the beginning, though, while we're getting prepped and then doing all this, I will send Ringham sends word to the ship to prepare for departure.
Hope delivers.
Oh, that means you deal with Mahira.
Well, not yet, but yes.
She wants to talk to you when you have a moment.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
While they're off dealing with their life insurance, I'll go talk to her.
Have you talked to your friends?
Have.
Is my offer acceptable?
No one said no.
That's not the same thing as a yes.
It kind of is with us.
I'm as new to them as you are to me.
And I will ask them.
You can reiterate it as well again, yes. I will have you know that in that vein, they did decide to give it not to the highest bidder, but to one who could most use it. Or, I'm sorry, the lands that they owned in this area around the Wrath Keep. Instead of selling them to a clear cutter who would have turned them into ships, they decided to give it to the elves that needed a home.
I see.
So there is good in them. That is much as accurate. Even if you have to pull it out with some tweezers.
I approve. This is very unexpected.
I was a little surprised myself. But at least he listened to the advice that we gave.
I have high hopes for all of you now. It was quite the interesting story I got to listen to the other night at the play.
Ah, yes.
Fascinating.
Quite. Much of that I was still unaware of myself.
Is she a
Well.
spy? I
Obvious.
feel like she's a spy.
But for who?
Well, if my terms are acceptable, the ship is at your disposal. L'Eclipse Fiol?
Fold.
Full. Your language is strange to me.
How long will it take us to get there? I mean, it's not instant.
Oh, you're there? She
I don't-
turns to you, Bope. I did not see you there.
I'm really
sorry.
short. I'm below the eye line.
He is quite short.
Let me pull up my map. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
You
Gander
recognize
would-
people by boots.
It looks like it's about maybe 80 miles.
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit over the 80 miles. I agree. I'll round up on that one.
daily
Let's go see
passage.
how fast the ship is.
4 million miles.
This is why you can
Rounding
never
up.
ask players questions.
Ludicrous speed.
We'll go
It's
plaid.
gone plaid.
Hmm.
Imagine Stegander probably follows Bope around because she doesn't really know what to do with herself. And technically, she's in his employ.
Mhm.
We will say for the sake of it that it goes about.
Yeah, I spent like an hour last week trying to figure out exactly how fast this thing goes when it's not in space. So I couldn't figure it out.
Like Babylon 5, Spelljammer ships go at the speed of plot.
Yep. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
Distance is completely irrelevant.
It's really funny when you like go looking at speed for this boat, and it's like, it does what? Wait, what? What? Combat speed? Wait, huh?
Let's go with 40 miles an hour because that is a very fast clip for a ship, for a regular ship.
Nice.
And we'll just go with that for now, and I'll think about it, and so we'll discuss and see if we want to alter that. But for right now, 40, so it takes you 2 hours to get up to rest. Or will, because she's right now looking right at Pope.
Oh, well, that's pretty fast.
Hello.
Not as
You
fast as
must be
teleportation, but you know.
I have
Do what we
heard
can.
much about you. I am Mahira.
Oh,
I am the
okay.
artificer of L'Eclipse Fall.
We already introduced you.
You did when we first landed, but it has been so long that I might have forgotten.
I may not have been there.
Oh, that's right. You arrived later.
That wasn't
Now I-
quite. That wasn't quite.
You are here too.
Surprise! Everyone's actually
Jeez.
secretly here.
She's like a shadow.
I did mention that I follow Bope just because I'm in his employ and I really don't know what I'm doing.
She is another human woman, with dark brown hair that goes to bits of like fades to gold at the back. She is dressed in resplendent Halruan robes, which are a lot of silk wraps around her. She's quite lovely, with golden eyes, like light brown eyes with like little golden flecks in them, and has this very intense stare. So, if you need a use of our ship, did Rangrim tell you my request, my price?
He did. Did he tell you
Did he tell me what?
your request? I'm just trying to see if you remember it.
I do. It was 10% given to a charity of your choice.
Yes, that's right.
What is your choice?
Maybe I missed the charity part.
Yeah, I don't remember a charity being mentioned.
I will accept what bangles and baubles and bits of the earth that you might think I am worthy. But for use of my services, I want you to give to those less fortunate.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it does say into those in need.
You didn't tell us that, Rangrim.
10%, 10% to her, 10% to those in need. What's the difference?
I think we should give to Timora's orphanage.
An orphanage would be acceptable.
Though we might get another visit from Beshaba and have to give 10% to her orphanage.
Well, if it helps you, it's not time. Oh, you're not talking about mine. Never mind.
Sorry. No, I was. Yours is not Timora's?
Funny,
Well,
they're-
mine isn't dedicated to Timora. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
a orphanage.
Wow, I really...
Or, as she
Big
likes
up
to
that
call
dream.
it, a money laundering scheme.
Why does everybody assume I have some sort of ulterior motive to feeding and housing hungry, useless children? I mean,
Which
adorable.
everyone should donate to our feeding the hungry kids.
Yeah, there's a new charity that was just formed today in the Elsir Vale, Beshaba's Little Bastards. And we can use your gold.
I mean, that isn't your new fake mercenary company, Beshaba's Bastards.
No, it's his new 50. What is it? 501? 501k.
Yes, no.
501c,
501c.
not
It's-
nonprofit organization.
I've shown up with a giant bottle of champagne.
If this is acceptable, I shall prepare the ship for flight. What is our destination, Captain Rangrim?
We're headed to the town of Rest. Should be 90 or so miles to our northwest.
Can you steer us, helmsman?
Of course.
Excellent. I shall prepare the ship for flight. Oh, I should also warn you that the lantern keeps going off. I think it's detecting the kobolds.
Oh,
Well, we can.
Oh yeah, the kobolds. What are they up to?
guess that would make sense.
Oh, did your plant hatch? Did it finally pop?
Did my plant hatch?
Oh, it has been a day, right?
Yes.
Or two.
That morning, pop. Tell us about it, Quentin.
I had planted a nightshade plant for her, and I'm thinking maybe it would be called belladonna, but I'll leave that up to you.
That's
But,
just another plant. That's confusing.
Well, this one is so much more than just a plant because it pops out of the earth and it's basically a
Sentient.
little awakened shrub. The stats for an awakened shrub, but this one speaks in common, and it has a love of being a trickster and this little fey gleam in its nightshade eyes.
Okay, little plant.
You just got an Audrey.
I'm gonna give you a name, but you can't tell what it is. Got it?
Let's poison something.
Later. Your name is Beshaba's Bane. Keep
Hey,
this
Bane.
in your heart and don't tell anyone what I've called you. As far as they're concerned, you don't have a name.
Maybe.
Do we hear this?
Real.
No, I'm whispering it
Okay.
to my plant. I don't want any of you guys to know either. This is a secret known by more than one is no longer a secret.
So just to keep it in line, or making sure that Delirious and Quentin are on board, not just the ship, but with the idea, we will, or Rangrim will approach and reiterate the terms of the agreement for use of the ship, in that 10% of our claimed
Loot.
loot's is an impolite word, but yes, effectively.
Impolite
Well,
word.
How are magic items priced? Or are we just talking trade goods, gold, copper, tapestries?
I believe it would be as sold. So if we come back and sell stuff, then that would be included. But it is merely to be donated to a worthy, to those in need. So a orphanage or
Willing to go
those-
down to just coin, by the way.
I'm
To make it simple, she was just going to do coins.
and then any extra shiny things, if they can be also provided as need be for duties served.
Look, I'm all good with it. Sounds great.
I have no problem with this.
And I think I've mentioned before the tax implications of housing ourselves in Elsir Vale. Amazing.
How does one get aboard this ship?
There's a gangplank.
Okay, I start shuffling up the gangplank.
Yeah.
My staff.
Since it doesn't actually have to float in water, you come in on a lower deck. So there's a total of 3 decks. There's the bilge, there's the main deck, and then there's the top deck, which is basically open air.
Nice.
And she has the back cabin, where she has the orb that powers the ship itself. Whereas Rangrim is at the front, at the bridge, which is in between the 2 giant glass eyes that are set into the side of the ship, and will be steering the ship from that position with a giant wheel and a series of levers that he pulls and pushes to make the fins go.
You can
Sure.
see my cartography setup is like there with the map, so I can cross-reference and terrain associate where we are.
Some of the levers actually just ring a bell, and a kobold runs over and makes the adjustment on pushing the fin in the right direction. There are 8 kobolds who are the crewmen, or crew drakes, on board the ship. They all are wearing blue and white striped shirts at this point.
So cute.
And right now, where their eyes are getting kind of gold. If they weren't before, they've now have little golden flecks all through their eyes.
Remind me why that happened?
Normal.
I don't know. How
Anybody?
expert are you on kobolds?
No.
I'm an expert
yeah,
on
is this-
dragons. It's
is this
funny
a-
you should.
Yeah, like a natural. Like, is this something that normally? Can I do a nature check?
Sure, you can do a nature check, and Quentin can do. You're an expert on dragons.
I am. It's actually a background feature that I purchased secondhand from a Fey market. So I'm a dragon scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm using my inspiration just so I can use it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Check up there, Quentin.
So
What's
in my head, I'm going. Those eyes look familiar.
Maybe Arcana check, Quentin, and I'll get back to you as soon as I hear what Stagander is up to.
I got a 19 on nature.
Well, kobolds are a type of humanoid reptilian that believes that they are descended from the blood of dragons. And they have a proclivity to serve dragons. And when they do so, they tend to take on aspects of that dragon. What'd you get, Quentin?
I got an 8, but per dragon scholar, if I don't know the answer myself, I know somewhere that there's a book or somebody I can ask to get the answer.
You're pretty sure Stagander might know.
Oh, well,
With your ability, and you hear her pondering.
When we looked Fogalas in the eye, what color was his eyes?
Who was he serving at the time?
He's a brass dragon.
No, she is.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I was late to that one.
You saw me and Rangrim had the same thought almost at the same time because he covered his mouth and I'm just like, oh my god. I think that's what's happening.
I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together here. I haven't jumped to any conclusions. I don't have the jump to conclusions board. I haven't, thought it out, built it.
Nope.
No one gets
Jumping right to conclusions.
Please tell me more than half of us got that reference.
I have one in my portable hole if you need it. It was an endeavor, it just never panned out.
The ship starts to power up, for lack of a better word. Starting from the aft cabin, you can see the gold leaf that is put in between the boards of the ship is starting to glow as Mahira is pulling upon the arcane weave of Faerun in order to power the ship up and to lift it up into the air. All right, you can see kobolds are starting to move the little fins on each side to make sure they're limber. Little fin on the back is slowly going up.
When we reach cruising height, I take out the magic shield that I have acquired during the last year, and I start polishing it. And I'm looking at the kobolds, and basically it's made up of the 5 chromatic dragon scales.
Oh dear.
Yes, and just looking at it, it says foe to chromatic dragons.
Okay. The kobolds look incredibly uncomfortable when you start doing this and find other places to be.
All right. Well,
I want to learn. I want to learn all names.
So it's a good thing that Rankin keeps his dragon's claw buried in his clothes right now.
All the names. Okay. Well, maybe this is something we could do. Naming of NPCs. That could be something I could outsource to the audience who wants to give incentives.
Ooh.
I totally want to do that. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm like, Pope, remember that time we killed Tiamat? Oh man, glory days.
Yeah. I didn't see that shield. Where'd you get that from?
I had the dwarves make it.
Ooh. Is that out of Tiamat or no, not out of the
We didn't have pieces of
yeah, we didn't have
Tiamat.
No, I had a couple of the dragon scales from
ones we killed.
ones we killed, and then the ones that we didn't. The dragons had some, and it just felt appropriate. I've already been tagged and saddled with the whole Tiamat thing, so might as well flaunt it.
Mhm.
Well,
You're
now they're-
making the crew quite nervous. Do you think that's really appropriate, Quentin?
Well, I mean, there's a time and a place, and I figured get it out of the way now. They're
exactly.
spit in my
There
food
is a
anyway.
time and a place, and I don't think this is the time, nor is it the place. It's quite rude.
That doesn't tend to bother Quentin.
In about 5 minutes, you've reached cruising altitude. It's not a fast ship, as it kind of slowly bubbles up. And then you can feel as she's having to reach out and catch the currents of the weave that pulse their way through Faerun. And she's kind of like a cable car in San Francisco. She's hooking onto the pulse and letting that carry the ship forward, which does mean that whenever she stops, she can't really stop. She just unhooks and lets the ship drift to a stop. And turning is going to be kind of slow.
Yeah, it's faster than walking.
It
Or
is a lot
regular
faster
flying.
than walking. It goes one direction really fast. In this case, about 40 miles an hour, which is about as fast as a horse can gallop. And with that rate, you will be hovering over rest in 2 hours.
Nice.
Do you want to do anything else on your way there?
keep looking for dragons.
Your lantern goes off nonstop.
I forgot what the lantern signified.
It was
Dragons.
a gift for Rangram,
Think.
lantern of dragon detection.
That's right.
What's the
And
range
it's
on it?
her.
I think it's 300 feet.
Oh yeah.
There are easily 8 kobolds within 300 feet.
Also that.
Oh,
Well, I didn't count on kobolds.
does it go off on kobolds? I didn't think they were actually counted as dragons.
Don't they have the dragon? I thought they had the dragon tag.
Well,
But I
I
don't
mean,
know if that's the same thing.
is it the kobolds or is it something else?
Well, I mean, out of character, it must be her. Like that. That's what I think.
Talk about out of character. You mean in character?
Oh well.
Some
Yes.
of us. Some of
Well,
us. have
I
made
don't
it.
know if I know that much about
Yeah, I don't
kobolds,
know.
and if you guys weren't discussing it, that I wouldn't have.
Stigander hasn't mentioned anything about her discoveries. And I don't think Quentin ever came to her about what she might have pieced together. So
Well, we're cruising
Um,
right now, and the kobolds are giving me wide berth.
They
in
They're all-
while we're cruising, Stigander's probably going to keep an eye out. In regards to that, she probably is really curious about Mahira. So if she shows up, she's going to keep a close eye on her.
Mahira keeps to herself in her back cabin, where she's with the orb that powers it, and is
Right on.
relying upon the helmsman, whom she can establish a telepathic bond whenever he's helming the ship, and so they can speak to each other. Maybe more of a message spell that constantly goes back and forth between them.
Stigander, do you have a moment?
Sure.
Something's been bothering me a little bit since we got on board. The kobolds,
Mm-hmm.
their eyes. It's like one of those, facts that's right at the tip of your tongue. It's kind of bouncing around, read in a book somewhere. And a literal light's going off. And I point up to the lantern that's by Rangram. That thing goes off when dragons are nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think.
Well, we are on a ship full of kobolds.
Are they really dragons, though? I mean,
They are tiny
face it.
dragons. You can't discount them.
look, are you smuggling a dragon? That's what I'm here to ask
Am
you.
I?
Yes.
I wish.
Why is that the first possibility that you mentioned?
No, I don't have a dragon. Or
Not even a
smuggling
dragonette?
No.
Cat-sized dragon?
No. Like the only possessions that Stigander carries on her is a small backpack and her quiver. There's not enough room to keep a dragon on her person.
Well, it's very small drag.
Small dragon? I don't have a small dragon. You can check my pack if you want to. It's got
Maybe
some
later.
old shirts. It's like I'm already like opening up the pack and like pulling out like shirts. Here's a pair of pants that I need to fix. There's an extra pair of boots down there.
Okay. I just thought I would ask. So in Quentin's mind, he thinks that she might be the secret dragon. She's new to the scene. The lantern's going off. He's
Totally.
on to her.
Totes. First you think I'm with your family. Now you think I'm a secret dragon. Yes.
Secretist.
Secretist.
As you come sliding in over top of the black fens, you will see the ruins of rest that are still flooded down below. The town hall is the major building that is rising up above the water. And that seems to be where the lizard folk have made a lot of their buildings and where they've centered their town. But as you get close, you don't really see that many lizard folk.
This place has seen better days.
There should be more people here.
In fact, it looks like a lot of the kelp is kind of built up around the buildings, and there's like driftwood has floated down the current and gotten stuck in under some of these stilted buildings, platforms that lizard folk like to live in.
Bias!
As your ship comes down, fins come up.
Can you reach them via sending?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go cast my sending. Tobias. I can only send to one of them, I guess. We're in rest. Where are you?
You're saying to Deet?
Yes. There. Spell slot used, yeah.
All right, and that gives you 25 words. One message, and they can respond as 25 words.
Yes. Okay. You're right. D, we're here in rest. Where are you? And Tobias and the other people.
We're with the god in the lake. Everything's good now. I'm so glad you came. Everything's good here. It's awfully dark, though. That's your 25-word response.
She fucked with my lizards. She's going down.
Cast mage armor.
Guys, they're in the lake. We gotta find them.
Oh dear. Oh, why didn't I prepare water breathing?
In the lake?
It's a ritual, right?
Yeah, I forgot the spell. Like I had it in another life.
I do not have learned, but I could, I think. But I didn't because a water walk is a ritual. That's not what we want. But I had control water.
Would you like to set the ship down, Quentin? Or sorry, Rangram. My apologies. Rangram, would you like to set the ship down?
I do have control water learned.
And if so, where would you like to set it down?
So are we going somewhere else, or are we landing here?
What did they say?
They said they're in the lake with the god.
Well, this is the swamp. The lake is several miles that way.
Did they say lake,
Lake
or
around us?
am I making that up? I'm sorry.
No, this is the swamp.
They said lake. He said they were with the god in the lake. And it's awfully dark here. But everything's fine.
And the water was always black.
So again, do you want to set us down here or head
Well,
towards the lake? We can.
Or at the lake. Aren't the ruins in the middle of the lake?
No, the ruins are in the swamp. The swamp is next to the lake.
We gotta go to the lake.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
Ladies of the
went
lake?
over the
If
lake
you
to
look
get
at
to the
the map,
ruins.
It marks where rest is, and as you can see, it's off of the stone wash, which is part of the Black Fens, which flow into Lake Reston, which then come out of the Wren Wash into the Elsir River.
Let's see.
So it is about as Rangram said, boy, that cartography is paying off. 10 miles from where Rest is into the lake itself. And it's very marshy, swampy area.
Well, it'll give us some time to prepare. Who here can deal with water?
I have control water, and I have water walk prepared.
I got nothing.
I have a swim speed.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
You have to tell us more about that later.
Stagandir, since you are not doing the sending, you will notice that there are indeed lizard folk in the town of Rest, but they appear to be hiding from you.
So I'll like kind of do that thing where I'm looking off the ship, looking at these lizard folk, and I'm like trying to get Dolaris's like attention. Like I'm like swatting at her arm. There's lizard folk down there.
What? Oh, hey! Hey! What happened to Deet and Tobias?
We're still up in the air. Do you want me to set us down?
Okay, fine. Yes, set us down here. God, why do you need me to tell you how to do everything?
It's okay.
Write a message,
She's
we can-
she's really stressed out.
Attach it to the arrow and shoot it at them.
And the ship,
No, we're not gonna
the
fire
ship
at them.
comes down and gently lands in the water. Fortunately, it's very shallow water, so even though it goes in a little bit, it quickly hits mud and ground.
Message for you,
You
son.
can hear Mahira hissing through the message link, Rangrim, as she's getting her ship all muddy.
Well,
But you were able to disembark as you whenever you want. You can put a gangplank down and land sploosh into the water right outside the ruins of Rest.
apologies.
I'm a servant of Timor. I'm here to help. What happened?
Send a message back before we take off, and we'll get it waxed when we get back.
You must speak to King. King tell you.
Great. Yes. Where is he?
Come.
Okay. I follow.
Yes. Town hall. And
Okay.
you. King Kutho.
Okay.
If you allow them, the lizard folk that you first read into will lead you to the town hall.
Yes.
Which
I
is
want to
the
go.
end of the
I
town.
need answers.
And there you will meet the lizard king of this particular tribe.
As we were sitting down, I did a quick wardrobe swap and swapped out my red cloak for my cloak that has looks kind of like a manta ray. And Bopa, I hand you this like ring. It's kind of moist. It's a ring of or cap of water breathing in case you need to go
Ooh,
underwater.
thank you.
Sorry, guys, that's all I got.
The king, even though he's sitting on a big mound of what appears to be bones and sticks that have been
Yeah.
mounted up into a chair and then had skins and furs put over top of it to become kind of a throne, looks almost as terrified as the first lizard folk that you ran into. Greetings, O great one of the Loch. We have heard great things about you from Horley Deet. But it brings... You have not come at a good time, though. You should leave this place.
I'm not leaving until I know what happened to Deet and Tobias.
The god in the lake. He rose up and demanded offerings of slaves and food. And was refused and said, "We worship Luckbringer." The god sent his servants after us with their snipping claws and their clattering feet. And they took us They took Holy Deet, overwhelmed him with their numbers of the scuttling crustaceans. And now they're demanding more slaves, more food. We are lost without our luck bringers. But you'll come to us, you will save us, as you saved Holy Deet.
Did the god name himself? Do you know where his lair is?
In the depths? We don't swim that deep. To the lake. But his servants can come on land. But I don't think it can. The god stays in the water.
Where do the servants go when they come on land? Do they have some sort of task to fulfill?
Yes! They bring to us to take our priests, to take our medicine and return with it to the lake. They have stolen many of us. Even now we pack. We will swim down the river and find other marshes to live in. Unless Holy One Lyris can help us.
I will. In the meantime, you may be better suited staying with the Star Song elves if they will allow you. I think they will. Strength in numbers.
Ah. The Owl Riders. Yes. Yes. Why does not God demand offerings from them? Why us?
Perhaps simply because they are further away. We will never know because I will stop him.
Well, perhaps we can find out. We have room. We could probably fit everyone and transport them directly to the hill before we go to the lake.
I have no idea how big this is. Okay.
We also need to deal with the water breathing situation, or we're going to drown before we start.
Yeah. So.
You need... The servants, the servitors will be back tonight. They always come when the sun is set. And the silver eye shines down. And they demand food. If we do not have food ready, they will take us.
Were these the crustaceans?
Like I said.
Are the crustaceans. Yes, I follow. Sleep.
How many of you are left?
And how many were taken?
10?
10?
10 taken? We are not many. We are 50?
Oh. So we can fit you all. If that's what you want to do, Delirious.
Yes.
Okay.
We have time to safeguard these people.
You tell them to get their things and come to the ship. I will go let Mahira know and make preparations.
Yes, we will take you to the elves if you want to go.
We
My
must
suggestion: I do not tell you what to do.
Any place is better than here.
Very well. Get what you can carry, and we will go.
They get their favorite spears and their favorite fishing poles and their favorite fishing nets, and they're gathered up in about 10 minutes.
Do they also take their favorite sentient creature skulls?
Their what?
Their favorite sentient creature skulls? Because we know they eat people occasionally.
They thought it might be best if they leave that behind.
Okay, good call on them. Good call.
Elves are hard to catch.
too fast.
They're too fast.
Sneaky.
They've heard rumors of whole village full of halflings.
They're pretty fast too, actually.
You
They'll
must
get- they'll
make
feed
them
you
slow
cheese
with
instead.
large meals first.
They'll feed you cheese. You'll like it.
This cannot be a coincidence. 2 gods in 2 days. Does anyone
Yeah.
not agree?
Perhaps it is a false god. There's a lot of those going around.
I suspect it's something that Beshaba has set upon them, not itself a deity, but something perhaps doing her mischief.
I'm thinking something worse, actually. Like the ritual that was going on at the Fane of Tiamat, in order to bring Tiamat here. What if it, ruptured whatever boundaries exist, and that's why they're now seeping through all these cracks and stuff?
Okay, so apparently, I think clerics are supposed to have nudge of kind of stuff, even if Michelle does not. Do I know of anything sort of fitting this description?
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Okay.
I can try and paint a picture, do a little, based on their description, I get some watercolors out and try to sketch what they're describing, what they've seen, if that helps, to maybe give advantage to you.
That is, I actually don't need it. I rolled an 18, so it's a 24.
You are pretty sure this isn't an actual god because an actual god doesn't act like this.
Mm-hmm.
They're more interested about worship, but grabbing slaves and offerings. You think it's probably some form of demon is much more likely.
Mm-hmm. Do I recognize like what kind of demon? With that roll?
As best they can describe it, they call it they say it looked like a giant fish, but not fish.
Okay. Fish, but not fish.
It swam in water like fish, but tail wrong. They point to your ship and they point out tail fish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God.
Beaver tail. Are there beavers in Faerun? I don't even know.
Oh, there are, but not down here.
Not demon beavers.
Demon beavers! They wear the teeth.
And they keep, one thing they do keep replying is they say, it has 3 red eyes. Oh, in the lake.
It's not the first
Awesome.
time we fought giant crustaceans.
You fought.
Probably will not be the last.
How many giant crustaceans have you fought?
Just 1 or 2, but it was delicious
yeah.
after.
At least one. It
With
was
that amount of
delicious.
information, you really can't pinpoint what type of demon, although
Mhm.
demons are from the abyss and they come in infinite variety, depending upon what bubble of evil blooped to the surface on that particular plane.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's see. It lives in the water. I want to say it's probably vulnerable to lightning.
Yeah, so would anybody who's in water.
I thought you lived at a school. Yeah, that's true. I think we should stay away from fire, just kind of on principle. I haven't known any we haven't met any demons that weren't immune to fire.
Well, I think
Or healed by it.
piercing weapons are okay. I think slashing and bludgeoning damage is a no-go underwater. If I can remember correctly. I get
Back to
halved.
the water issue, though. Thanks to Quentin, I can breathe. Apparently, he can breathe too. But
Well, then that makes 2 of you.
yes. Should
Was it
we
Eldon
go?
that used to provide us with the water breathing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. He was a very useful druid.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't be a druid.
It's okay.
Well, you could be next
we-
level.
We will talk to the elves, and we will get hopefully some.
Oh, that's right. Maybe they
That's
Do
what I was
something useful.
going for. Yes.
They're like, we have just what you need, but it's going to cost 5,000 gold.
Touche, elves, touche.
All right.
Star Song Hill.
Pretty slick wheelers and dealers.
Out of
No, Rangram, you got one of those runes for this.
Well, they load into your cargo bay that you have in the ship, which is the center of the ship. Rangram has a map of it, but they can all fit in quite easily for now. Although they don't like being below surface, they would much rather be on the upper deck.
I'll distract him with some song and stuff. Get him
It
into
is.
some.
It is a short flight. We shall be there shortly.
What sort of songs are you doing?
Some like red hand victory songs that popped up after about how silly Tiamat is, and the lizard folk are mentioned in it. So
They're not, except for the lizard folk, they're not terribly good at, the lizard king, they're not terribly good at common. So if you have a lot of witty wordplay in there, it's going to be lost on them.
I want to warn them Beshaba is about in the Vale, and she is the enemy of Timora, so I want them to be vigilant for any mischief that she might be causing. I know.
Maybe she bring God in the lake.
She might. That sounds like
Really
something
deep.
she would do. So be vigilant. I mean, she's probably too much for you guys to take on if you ever like meet her, but just be careful, okay?
You will bravely run away.
Yes,
And
do
warn
that.
you.
Yes, do that.
Lady Luckbringer. Yes. Where's song?
Their throats all puff up and they start singing. Do they sing us the song of their people?
They do. And their musical instruments are the polished inside of a tortoise shell that they can.
Oh,
mallets.
cool.
A little steel drum band.
A little bit.
Steel drums are super cool.
They are. As are the lizard folk, and within 10 minutes or so, you are putting down the ship at Starsong Hill, which is also in a state of all the elves are. You actually get an escort coming in of 4 owl riders.
Oh, cool.
First, looked like they had their bows out or ready to defend the town, but then they saw you all on deck and did not engage, and said, kind of just follow along, kind of curious because they've never seen anything about like this before.
Yeah, we're full of surprises, aren't we?
You are. It's wonderful.
I forgot to give you a receipt for the gold.
When you get there, you find that they are busy packing. They're going to relocate.
Oh, right, because they're going to go to the keep that they just bought. That's right. Well,
I guess that solves that mystery.
We have a surprise for you and bad news.
Okay.
Arguably the same thing.
You'll meet Celeria Starsinger, who is the venerable druid of the wild elves of the Tiri Kitor.
How's her alligator doing?
He is well. But the alligator is sad because they're moving out of the swamps.
Oh yeah, is she gonna let him go and get a new animal companion?
She is meditating on that exact question. She hasn't decided yet.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have more to add to your plate.
More? You've brought such benefits upon us. You
Yeah.
have rid of the dragon army. You have given us woodlands to hunt.
Beware airships bearing the weave.
Kind of. So some terrible, we think it's some sort of fish demon has taken some of the lizard folk and rest.
Mhm.
We're gonna go deal with that. But in the meantime, I would count it as a personal favor if you would take the remaining lizard folk into your ranks and keep them safe while we deal with this.
We were planning on relocating to the Witchwood, to the west of the Elsir. They're welcome to stay
Can go with
on the
you.
hill, though.
Well,
Oh,
can't they go with you? Just travel with them?
In the forest?
You're leaving tonight?
Not tonight. Over the next moon.
And I mean, if
Yeah, I mean, if we're not done by then, I say take them with you.
I was like, if we're not done by then, there might be bigger problems.
Yeah, well, we'll probably be dead, yeah.
We can do this for a moon.
Mm.
And then we will
Have you...
I do not know if
Yeah.
they live in the forest.
I'm sure they'll adapt. You haven't noticed any large crustaceans or fish people in the area, have you?
I think the better question is, you haven't noticed anything weird, have you? Anything...
You never ask that in a fantasy setting.
Because we smell the wonderful smell of roasting crab over the fire.
unusual, perhaps, or something that seems too good to be true or too bad to be true.
Kiliar Arrowswift can answer that question. Yes, he has seen the crustaceans. They swarm the swamps to the north at night.
Mm-hmm.
They have not come this far south, so he is not engaged with them.
Yeah.
Plus, they seem to keep to the deeper spots.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
Can you tell what task they are about?
hunting and gathering was his guess.
Mm.
He says they are strange creatures. Look like overgrown crawfish. Like as large as a horse.
That's not small.
And there are a great many of them.
Mm-hmm.
We want to kill this demon.
What is the druid's name again?
Her name is Celeria Starsinger. I also need a droid in. The other one is Kiliar Arrowswift.
Celeria, in order to do with this demon of some sort, we're probably going to need to engage it in the water. I don't suppose you could help us breathe underwater? Is another favor to me?
Let me see.
Stop that.
We all get a bunch of little reeds and just
Some are longer than others.
We just stack the reeds on top of each other until they're like, 100 feet.
It's like, man, we've invented snorkeling. But only for business, not for pleasure.
She would be able to do so on the morrow. She would
I
have
was hoping that
her focus of the energy through nature in order to grant nature's gift to you on tomorrow.
Maybe we go hunting tonight then. See exactly what we're up against. Gauge their strength.
Yeah.
Ooh, scouting.
Yeah, no, that's a
trip?
good idea. Learn maybe how to kill them.
I love scouting trips.
So we're more
That's a great
prepared
idea.
tomorrow.
Yep.
And maybe if you kill the right crab, you can kind of like wear its head and breathe underwater. I'm just thinking outside the box here.
yeah.
Outside the crustacean.
You just
Outside
like
the
funny
shell.
masks, don't you?
No.
I see if that's
Was
the
that
thing
a
in the water.
lie?
So she can do that on the morrow.
Okay.
It's a 24-hour
Alright.
spell. She doesn't have it prepared, and she can hit up to 10 of you. The
Oh, shit.
lizard folks are all heading off the boat. They were not terribly comfortable being on that ship.
Mm.
They do not like being that high in the sky.
Yeah, well, we all have sacrifices to make. Yeah, I guess we go hunting tonight. See
Let's do
how
it.
we can, how easily we can kill one of these things. So we're better. So we know what to prepare for tomorrow.
Nice.
All right. How are you going to go about hunting? Just are you going to lay in wait at rest, or are you going to go try to find them?
So they swarm. So I would like to be able to engage them in a way where we can sort of control what their numbers are going to be. I'm not sure how to do that. They're more tactically minded people here.
If
But
we're
I
gonna
would
do-
not. I would not wait and rest because they're going to be focusing there.
maybe ask Kiliar Aeroswift. He seems to know where they are to the north.
We have any type of tracking or sense an object or a person?
If only we had a tracker, somebody that could.
Only
Let's-
you had a person who was hired to find things and track them.
We could also do search patterns over the lake, grid pattern.
Stigander, what would you suggest?
Well, we probably want to find place that they are fairly active. We know that they're going to be in the rest. So the best way to go about that is find a high ground where we can watch rest. And are you thinking about fighting one of them, or do you just want to observe?
I personally would like to fight one, see exactly how tough they are, and
Decrease their numbers at least.
that too.
Well, we could try to isolate one and just take on the one, or if there's not a large amount of them, we could fight a small contingency.
We took on a smoke monster that kept making me hit Rangram. I think we can take on a couple crabs.
That is true. That is true.
And
It just
last,
depends on how many numbers there are, because if they far outnumber us, then we might want to be careful. Strength in numbers and all of that.
I've not fought in these, but I have eaten my fair share of shellfish on the sea, so I have a feeling that a hammer works pretty well against them.
Indeed.
Smash.
So we could go about it that way, and fighting them will probably gauge what we'll probably be up against. And we know where they're coming from, so it's not like we have to track them back to the lake or anything like that. But knowing what their tracks will look like might help me to find more tracks when we get closer to the lake, where they're what's the word in common? Like when they're trying to get in and out of the water, where the most.
Ingress.
Sure.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Are you going to take the ship back up there and disembark and have the ship stay there, or take the ship back up and have her float up out of harm's way?
I don't think it's safe resting on the water. That just invites
Yeah.
an ambush.
The rest town hall is above water, if you wanted to make use of that.
Yeah, I think there was also a tower right next to it that we had set up on. So
Yeah, except now we have no way to fly away if things get bad.
Let's use the town hall. Don't have to worry about luring them up a tower.
they're-
Or being
There are going to
stuck.
be lots of them at
How
the
many-
town hall and rest.
how many people can you do with water walk?
That's a good question. Let me see. Is that
Well, I wouldn't recommend us fighting them if they have the advantage in numbers. but observing them could be useful.
I
Up
think
to
our
10.
plan was to
Okay,
call
so I can
off-
get all of us with water walk.
Yeah, won't be able to go underwater, but we could run away if need be.
And I also have the capability of making us a little more stealthy, so that might help if we need to get away.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
I have a couple tricks up my
I guess you could
sleeve.
also stay on top in your ship and death from above. If they make themselves known to you.
I can
Yeah.
set a little trap that makes noise when they get within 30 feet of it to lure them to one central location and then just drop a little fireball.
All right,
That could work.
Okay.
to the rest
Mhm.
town hall.
That
All
sounds
right.
like a plan.
If you're all in agreement, my hero will power up the ship once again, and Rangrim can take you the 10 minutes it takes you get back to the town hall, which now is completely deserted.
Delirious, do you have Dimension Door?
Yes, always.
Okay, I'm just saying, maybe keep an eye on where that airship is above us. Maybe you
Okay.
should keep it down to Dimension Door.
But I can only take me and one person, remember?
Hey, as long as somebody makes it out.
How but if you're thinking it might go badly, then why are we doing this here in Rest?
What could go bad anywhere? Always have a contingency plan, even if you don't use it.
I think he's just trying to work you up. He's worrying about things that might not need to be worried about.
Well,
Yes.
he's good at it.
As long as you have a good plan and we make sure that we don't.
I don't like that we're doing
this.
this in Rest, but nobody else cares, so
It's the best place to track them.
You don't have
It's-
to be here if you don't want to. If somebody wants to try another option, I didn't mean to enforce this particular option.
No, that wasn't you. That was the party has decided we're going to Rest. So I hope I can keep you alive if it goes poorly.
I mean, I offer
I didn't hear
to. I offer to take us to Rest. Like that's. We know that the crustaceans are coming again tonight to try to take lizard folk. I mean, we could go to Rest and I can try to track them from there, but I don't know the last time that they've been there, so it's a cold trail. We don't have to engage them if there are too many.
I only
I'm
I don't think
giving
if we
options
wait
as
in
well.
Rest, I don't think we're going to have a choice not to engage them. They're coming here to take people. We're the only people.
Unless we're
Yes.
hidden. with-
So we're going to be
you know.
engaged. That's not even a question.
I thought we wanted to engage,
Yes.
right?
That's
Yes, but I wanted to have a limited exposure to. I didn't want the whole horde of them that they're going to be sending to Rest. I wanted to engage as few of them as possible because I'm an inherently cautious person.
I mean, battlefield control, I can't always predict. Whatever plan we make is going to evaporate as soon as we contact the enemy.
Sure, YOLO.
My only regret is that I got rid of my handy spice pouches because this is going to be delicious.
Just as long as Bope is cooking them in their shells.
Are there any corpses or skeletons around Rest? Around anywhere?
Make me an investigation check if you want to go look for them.
Okay.
This does imply that you have landed and are poking around.
Well, if Delirious is not comfortable with going to Rest, then do we have? Maybe we just stop here during the day because they were going to come at night. I can see if I can find tracks and that lead us somewhere else.
From the ship, though, you can see the occasional alligator head that they use as markers. They really like skulls on posts,
Okay.
but you only see alligator heads unless you do an investigation check.
Yeah, I
Try
rolled
and hide the
12.
12.
Yeah.
You don't see any skeletons or remains of dead lizard folk anywhere.
Okay.
You do see some remains of alligators, snakes, deer, lots of rabbits.
You know where there might be some? Where the black dragon had its little nest next to the razor fiend nest, where the Lich's phylactery was being held.
Well, I don't want to go poking around if we're not comfortable. What do you guys want to do?
Got to get our feet wet sometime.
That's why we're here.
The scout said that the crustacean things were all over the swamp. I thought we could find find evidence of where they maybe cross often, and then we wait there for more of them to cross by tonight. I didn't think that was an unlikely thing to happen.
In order to find where they cross often, though, we need a place to start.
Okay, so we can start looking and rest maybe before it gets dark, but I don't want to wait there for them.
That's the second option that I was giving, is that we go to rest. I can track and see if I can find a comment. That's what I was asking before, is if you're not comfortable with staying in rest, what if we go to rest, Bob is looking for his bones, I can try to track some older tracks and see if there's a common place that they are coming out that we can maybe keep an eye on.
That is a plan I like much better.
Okay, that is what I will do then.
All right, so Bope is going to look for his skeletons.
Anything
I'll go with you if you want.
At the Black Dragon's lair.
Yeah.
And Stigonder is going to go look for her for tracks leading to and from rest. Okay, Bope, you're the easiest, so we'll handle you first. Bope, you go to the lair and it is abandoned. It's all quiet, but there are plenty of skeletons of past meals here and there. The hardest part will be piecing them all together, or if the magic does that for you, it'll get a lot easier. It seems that the dragon really liked Elf, judging by the number of Chirikator elves that skeletons that are here, with the slight frame and the elongated head, and the eye sockets instead of humans are like tilted up like that.
So
and we'll also eat the occasion. You do find a couple human skeletons in there and some lizard folk. But again, no one has been keeping these intact. They're kind of all jumbled up together. Your magic pulls out the requisite bones you need, then this isn't a problem.
Okay. I don't know how the magic works. I think it needs an intact skeleton.
Are you doing Animate Dead?
I was actually gathering materials for Dense Macabre, which pulls together 5 corpses into skeletons or zombies.
If you cast that in here, it will pull them right out. You can get a 5. Otherwise, if you want to spend an hour and make me a medicine check, you can get your corpses.
Okay.
I'll help if that helps. If not, I'll just stand there and talk to you.
Maybe a medicine check at advantage then.
Okay, I'll take it.
Do you
And
think Stigander's a dragon? Have you noticed any characteristics about her?
she is a mystery to me. I don't know.
That lantern, I hope it's not defective. I gotta check the warranty on it.
Whatever she is, I like it. That was much better. So instead of... Okay, what's my investigation?
Oh, there's another one. Femur. I know that one. Femur.
Medicine, by the way, not investigation.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so instead of 25, it is 18.
All right, you were able to get your skeletons together.
Okay,
You may determine how many are elves and lizard folk and human as you decide, as
I
your whim.
sweep them into my bag of holding.
All right. Thinking on most of the pieces. Enough.
Zombies don't need to breathe air.
Oh no, I didn't cast the spell. I just the loose bone.
No, I know. I'm just imagining you're gonna pull them up. You're gonna resurrect them tomorrow to or reanimate tomorrow to fight the crustacean, aren't you?
It's might be like
Just like that
Pirates of the
option.
Caribbean with the skeletons walking across the sea.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Let's do it.
And as when I first took in the scene, I did cast message, just be like, "Oh, Rangrim, we're going to be in here for a little while, picking up the pieces. Just let us know if you need us." Pick that up.
Pieces. Ew.
Stigandir, make me a survival check.
A survival check?
Yeah, for your tracking.
Yes. Okay.
She's been waiting for.
It's not that. I was checking because of my sunlight sensitivity. I was going to ask what it looks like outside. Because if I am in direct sunlight, I get disadvantage on attacks and perception checks. But if this is survival, it's not that.
It is partly cloudy, and frankly, if you're outdoors while the sun is up, you have your sunlight sensitivity. Unless it's like pouring rain currently.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's just partly cloudy.
Survival?
Yes.
24.
You have no problem finding the trails of these things. They are very obvious, and there's a lot of them. They have their crustaceans. You can find all their little... You think they're most... Crawfish was probably the best way to describe them. They come out of the lake and then beeline directly towards rest.
Mm-hmm. How large are these particular creatures?
About the size of a horse. And you can see where they just pull themselves out of the mucky water shore where the lake is blends into the marsh. And it's a kind of a general slide from deep water to shallower. Oh, wait, I'm in swamp now.
Do I get an impression of how many there might have been? I'm assuming, are all these tracks, first of all, like the same age? They're not like from a couple of nights ago and then last night or anything like that. Can I tell any of that?
They seem to all be from one time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a couple days.
Mm-hmm. But pretty overwhelming numbers.
You guesstimate 20, judging by the number of hole punches into the mud.
Okay.
And they definitely have like crab-like crustacean thunks.
I imagine Stigander is like down, pretty like sticking her hands in the mud. Well, Dolores, you had quite a good intuition. I'm seeing probably about 20, maybe more, maybe less.
I listened to the information I was given.
No, I that is why I was willing to change the plan. Yeah. But this is where they're getting in and out of the water. So they're traveling through the waterways, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So they make a beeline for rest, which is
Mm-hmm.
not good for our plan of engaging only a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could lay like a false trail and lead some of them to us.
You possibly.
Because right now I'm worried that they like communicate telepathically or something, like a hive mind. So if one of them sees the trail, they'll all come scuttling. That's kind of what I'm afraid of.
What makes you think that?
I'm a cautious, paranoid person. These are the things I think about.
And these are all things we will have to think about for the next week. Ooh.
Oh.
It is 10 o'clock. It is the witching hour or the lobster hour.
Lobster hour.
And we're going to cut it there. And you can join us next week as we decide what we're going to do with demon lobsters coming ashore.
Demon lobsters.
Well, as we wrap up for the evening, we have some quick reminders, and then we will raid a friend. So
Don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free and you don't miss any of the action. You get access to all of the shows and content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos do give us a boost and help future Tavern Raiders find out about our shows. Now, I know that all the YouTubers say your likes and subscriptions really help, and I'm telling you, like, that's actually true. It helps us get more people to look at us, which we like being looked at.
You like that. And go visit overheadgames.com and check out their avatar making tools. Tom?
And we are feeding hungry kids. You are feeding hungry kids. Thanks to your support during the show, you have helped raise $155 to help create 1,550 nutritious meals for kids. But it gets better. Shard Tabletop has generously pledged to match all donations up to the first $1,000. So you really just helped create 3,100 meals for hungry kids. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Please tell everyone you know to watch the Games Tavern this week, as all sponsored donation incentives go live.
And I'd like to repeat that. Be sure to check out the Games Tavern Happy Hour tomorrow, Wednesday. It's noon night.
All right. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. I had a lot of fun. My thanks to the players for putting up with me. And I'm really looking forward to next week because that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, thank you very much. And we'll see you then. Good night, everyone.